How's everybody doing?
Glad, this was a good place. You don't grab the train, you just stick it over there. Take one, get one, that's not.
Okay, let's try it again. How's everybody doing? Baker got to know that I like that, baby. And Damon as well. Anybody get stranded in snow?
No, thank God.
This
Everybody was just home.
just stay at home, yeah.
Well, I tried to cheat. I tried to go to Florida and visit. That's what I told the Florida too. Wasn't as bad as it is here. We came back on the app was the one. So the roads were still, you know, spotty. As bad spots. Our subdivision hadn't been a while, those brick ones were there, but it was pretty easy to get in, so, but everybody's safe. Anybody do a house deal last 30 days?
Worked up one.
I know you did. Did you purchase one? Kind of deal. 60 seconds.
Trustee sale.
Okay,
Soon.
cool. A month of term.
I haven't gotten into it yet, so that's still. Here's a good pretty good condition.
Good. Where at?
Girls.
So just a reminder for everybody today, Maria back here in the back has got a mic. And it's not a mic to plug into a speaker system, it's a mic for recording. So when you watch our videos in the future, you're able to hear the content of the audience and stuff often in the back, okay? So please raise your hand and let Maria do that mic before we answer questions. Okay? So anybody else do a deal in the last 30 days? Huh?
A refinance?
Refinance? Okay. Of an investment?
Yes.
Okay. Kind of rate you get?
I went from being negative cash flow to about, positive, about 5%. So, really good. Once we closed out all my other loans, got out of what it was. Which is good.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, getting out of hard money would be good if you're keeping.
Yes.
Yeah. Anybody else? Anybody working on a deal? Come on now, you gotta hand it out. Only 2 people? We gotta fix it, 3. We gotta fix that, right? Anybody not want to fix it? You can leave. You're in the wrong place. Okay, show of hands. Where's my veterans at? Okay, thank you very much for your service. Appreciate you. All the dedication and the sacrifices, we appreciate that. So we're gonna kick this off. Welcome to the West DFW REI group. Show of hands, first time. Who's here for the first time? Okay, how'd you find us? How'd you find us?
Google. There's a calendar that.
Yep.
Real estate.
Our group calendar? Oh, the agents?
Yep. I forgot his name, but yeah.
Where's the other new one? How'd you find us? Dan?
Yeah.
Anybody else? Any other newbies? Okay, well, thank you for joining us. Hopefully you'll, come back and see us again when we're done. We are the watering hole for North Texas real estate hub. Pretty cool, huh? Come plug in, drink Kool-Aid, learn everything we have to teach you. Everybody wants to learn more, right? Well, that was bad. Nobody wants to learn?
Had a coffee, it's
All right, couple added notes for you. Thank you to all of our vendors and volunteers for helping us pull off these events for you. we couldn't do it without you, so thank you very much. Veterans, we already thank you. Please turn your phones off or on mute, which I did not do. Break all rules. Restrooms are right outside this back door where you came in. And then the deal and vendor table back there in the back. Table you can put, actually we changed it a little bit. The table at the front entrance where you checked in with Michelle is all the vendors' business cards that we have and sponsors for the group. If you have flyers for properties, you can set them on the table here in the back. You're welcome to share those. What's the best way to push your deals out, sell your deals? Rather than bring a flyer and lay it on the back table.
That's fine.
Come early, shake hands, and talk about your deal, right? So you're always welcome to come here early, as long as we're ready for check-in down the front door, you come early, do some network. We are in a bank. The bank is closed. Do not roam around the bank. Okay? There's the restroom down the stairs to go out the front door, that's it. Do not roam around the bank. The bank takes very good care of us. Is this great space?
Yeah.
I don't know where Randy's at, but you'll see him. But Texas Bank takes very good care of us. They also provide breakfast. No, it's not steak and eggs. You got bacon today. But they take very good care of us. So we want to behave ourselves if we don't need that. Okay. I want to see a show of hands for something new. We want to do a meeting after the meeting. I want to know who's interested. A lot of times, if your real group meetings are at nighttime, a lot of times we'll go to a restaurant or a bar and after the meeting's over and hang out and talk deals and BS and whatever you want to do, right? Well, we're not doing this at nighttime. We're going to be finishing up 11:30, 12 o'clock. So although you may find a place, a bar that's open, it would probably be a restaurant. So I'm just looking to see what kind of interest we have and find out how many people would be interested in starting that after every one of these meetings. Show of hands.
Yeah, we've got a lot of restaurants around us.
There's tons of restaurants right there. Yeah. I mean, this is a great location. So, it's not gonna be mandatory. There's not gonna be anything planned. No, I'm not buying your lunch. But, a lot of times that's where a lot of business gets done. That's where relationships get built. You get to know one another, start doing deals, okay? So we are considering doing that. We haven't made a decision. But, might talk to other investors about it, see what their thoughts are as well. Okay. All right, our disclaimer. Let's Get WRI Group does not get legal, tax, financial, accounting, or investment advice. Let's Get WRI Group disclaims all liability for the action or inaction taken or not taken as a result of our communications from or to its guest, members of Congress, directors, vendors, employees, and each person consult with your own counsel, accountant, advisors, as to legal, tax, financial, economic, investment, weight, mass, real estate, other investment. Attendants participating in this meeting are at the sole discretion of the host at the meeting. We reserve the right to limit, refuse, or revoke access to any participant at any time with or without cause. This includes but is not limited to participants who are disruptive, disrespectful, rude, and do not align with the values and goals of this educational program. We've had some trouble. I know that's wrong. That's why we have it. Okay? I try very hard to protect you and the eliminate the BS and the troublemakers, so this is why we have this disclaimer. Any questions? Attendance, participation in these meetings are at the sole discretion of the host. We reserve the right. Okay. Please put your hands together for all the new members in the group since last month. Alana, be here. Those here. Robert Henderson. Welcome. Thank you for joining the group. Our mission is to provide the best real estate investor education support and community in North Texas. Come network, learn, and do more deals at the watering hole, North Texas Real Estate Festival. So we take this very seriously. The support, the community, we want you to be comfortable. We want you to come in here and feel like you can talk to people and not worry about your deal being stolen, things like that. Okay? We want you to join the group. We want you to come partake in all the education. If you haven't noticed, we are the most active REI group in North Texas. There's a bunch of us. So being able to say we are the most active is something to be proud of, and you're a part of it. So take advantage of it. You go look at our website, there's nobody doing what we do. Nobody. And for the cost of a few pennies, you can become a member and have full access. So vendors you can trust. Have all my vendors up front, please. All vendors up front. So our trusted vendors are the people that are here to help you in your business and know and feel comfortable and not worry about being taken advantage of. What happens when we have a big hailstorm come through DFW? What's all over the news? Roofers, fence companies. Those are probably the two worst offenders. But they just, you know, when hailstorms come through and the news is just full of people that are being ripped off, you don't have to worry about these folks. Okay? These are people you can trust. And we have a vendors page on our website. You can go watch a short video interview of every one of those vendors with me on who they are, what they do. But the better choice is you invite them out for coffee or lunch and get to know and find out more details about how they can help you in your business. Okay? So 60 seconds, folks. You are what you do. Let's bring it down.
Oh, you got a whole, okay, good. Robin Jackson, Bearcat Capital. All my information is on the website. I've been told my business cards are out of date. Somebody back here. So I buy notes. If you have a note and you've created a note, for example, and you want cash out, then give me a call. Let's talk about it. I can also help you if you're going to create a note or think you will. Call me first, please, before you create a note that is horrible and you cannot sell. You have to take a huge discount. I'm not an attorney, but I've been doing this quite a while and I've been in real estate since the 80s. So I kind of know a little bit of too much, but I am more than happy to help you out, but you got to call me. Thank you.
Is it okay to write a note on a napkin?
I don't know. Jose was telling me I don't need business cards, but I'm not there yet.
Hey, we take $50. You can $50 for this. Oh, I can't. I've been trying to sell this note all day long.
Okay, this is Lenny, Roof Max Pro.
You want to hold it?
I'll hold it.
Oh, okay. I talk pretty loud anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Lenny Hudgens, own Roof Max Pro. Been in roofing business since 1980. Started roofing in 77 with Fox and Jacobs Homes. If anybody remembers them being around, that's where I learned how to roof. Started my own business in 1980 and been doing it ever since. I'd say he's right. If you look on Facebook, every other ad's a roofer. We can roof a house for $6,000. Well, ask them how many square are they going to do for $6,000. They're deceptive, and they'll try to ring you in. And I'll help you out. And then after I help you out, if you decide to use another roofer, that's okay with me. My contract's a handshake. And if you don't want to do a roof with me, I'd say, well, good luck with the one you got. And if you still have problems, give me a call. But you can use me, call me. If you're going to buy a house, tell me, go by and look at it. Say, does it need a new roof? I'll tell you, it does need a new roof or don't. So you can either drop your bid by $10,000 or not, because after you buy it, you've bought that roof. So that's a good way for you to save money. Just give me a call. I'm one of the few roofers that everybody tells me I've been to hell and back.
Thank you, Lenny.
Thank you,
Lenny's
Lenny.
been with us a very long time.
Sorry.
Oh, you said very, pretty accusatory there. Hi, my name's Ryan. I'm an investor myself. I started investing in the DFW market in 2009. And then since 2018, I've also worked for Longhorn Investments. They're the lender that I have used now since 2016. And we write a lot of loans. We have money. I am here to help our borrowers. So my job is to make sure you're getting into a good deal. Because at the end of the day, no one wants to see you succeed more than your lender, other than maybe your spouse, because we probably have more money on the line. We definitely have more money than you have on the line. So we want to get our money back. So we want to make sure you're getting into a good deal. We know wholesalers are going to tell you what they want to tell you to sell you their property, but we're going to make sure you're getting into the right property, the good deal. So please bring your deals to us. I would love to create a term sheet for you. This is going to show you not just what our terms are, but it actually gives an estimate of your title fees and insurance. We want you to know what your total cash to close is going to look like on a deal, because without this, you're giving up $5,000, $7,500 without knowing necessarily what you're actually going to have to bring to close. We want to make sure we're answering as many of those questions for you as possible. On the back of these sheets that I have in the back, it also gives a step-by-step in how our loans work. At the top, it actually gives all of our loan programs and the pricing. We don't hide anything. We just love to be a partner for you.
So Ryan's been with us a long time too. He's helped a lot of members.
Not that long.
No.
But since 2019 or 2018, I think we started.
Yep.
Yeah.
Been a long time. Now, I know you all are my witnesses. Didn't I say 60 seconds? Did any of those three hit 60 seconds? Not even close, right?
Maybe
Oh.
120.
So 60 seconds.
60 seconds.
Please introduce yourself, Paul.
I'm Paul Berzina. I'm a general contractor. I'm with Rugged Construction LLC. And I've been in construction for 40 years, and then we do a lot of investment properties. We do some light commercial property. So we kind of have a full spectrum of what we do and how we do it. We come in and look at a house you're looking at and figure out, any kind of pitfalls you might come across or whatever. So if you need us, our information is on the website. We have some business cards downstairs. So if you guys need any kind of, construction info, and then we also buy and sell houses. So I know how it is from both sides. So if you need something, just let us know.
Thank you, Paul.
That was close to 60 seconds.
That was really,
Close.
he worked really hard. So all these folks are great people. Paul's been doing my rehabs for how many years? A lot. So, these are people you can trust. The one we're missing is
Was
Ruth
that-
Ann downstairs
Yeah.
with Michelle. And she's with Service First Mortgage. So her cards are at the front desk as well. And be sure to stop down and introduce yourself to them. So, okay, thank you, brother. Okay, moving on. So we need additional vendors that you can trust. If you have folks in your business that you've used and you trust, I'm not looking for you to tell me about your cousin that you've never used in your business, okay? Or your wife you never used in your business. I want to know about the contractors that you have used that might think that you know, good fit this group here. Okay, this is just some ideas. There could be others, but we are looking for additional trusted vendors so that we can put them on the website and you know who to call and you don't have to start Googling or going to Yellow Pages, so forth. Those Better Business Bureau wants you to go to the group. Okay. Give me just a second. We got a quick survey to do. This quick survey is going to help our speaker Damon with knowing what the audience is interested in. And would please everybody take their phone out. This is going to require some participation on your part. Fortunately, there's no easy way to bounce back and forth. Okay, so everybody's got their phone out, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now. Sorry, this is a little bit difficult. Okay, so don't do anything but scan the code. Everybody should, when you scan the code, it should see waiting response.
Hence the online registration.
Not working? Anybody get it? Waiting response?
It takes these ways.
Okay, please wait where you should be at. Just sit tight there. If you didn't get it, go ahead, feel free to walk up and get a closer shot of it. How many didn't get it? Please wait. You can walk up to the closer to get it. If it's not coming in,
Well, it just was natural light.
I don't know what's causing that. Anybody else need to get a little closer to get to the shots?
Mine's not working.
Got it, everybody? Yeah. Okay. All right, gotta move on. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna start the survey now. So you should have a question. Just go through and answer. Everybody should have that first question on their phone.
Mhm.
Just answer it. And it says, there's a button at the bottom that says submit response.
Yep.
Everybody done? Okay. Notice the response is being shown real time up there on the screen, the answers to the information. Or to the question. Everybody hit submit?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm gonna give it just a little bit to make sure that. Okay, next question. Click your answer, be sure you click the submit button. Okay, everybody hit submit? Next question. Okay? Next question. I think there's one more after this. Okay. Part of this. Okay, last question right here. Once you submit it, it'll say, the same thing, waiting. Okay, perfect. I'm done with this. Okay, everybody done? Okay. All right. Do you like the survey tool? It's new, this is only the second one I've done. And, it's kind of interesting, and we're gonna try and start doing these based on the topic for the day, in the future. So I gotta try and make it a little smoother. It's hard to switch back and forth between slides. So why are we here today?
Two more deals.
Ultimate end of the day, yes. So we're here to talk about the ultimate AI hack, build your personal AI engine in 2026. Who's not using AI today? At all? Okay. All right. I thought it'd be more. I'm using it, but I'm certainly in the learning stages. And I think what you're gonna hear from my good friend Damon today, Damon Remy, he's going to enlighten us all and get you all excited. Hopefully we don't be able to feel confident going to utilize this. So Damon is very well known in the business world. I'm gonna let him really tell you about his background. He is a Marine though, so you know he's a good guy. So come on up, Damon. Before we get started though, we want to give him one of our, now this is priceless. Okay, so we want to give this to Damon, so he never forgets us. I don't know if you drink coffee, but
I will not.
you will not.
Life is good. All right. Well, hey, guys, I appreciate you guys coming out here this morning. I certainly know and respect that you guys can be a lot of places this morning. Now we do that survey. It's always interesting to kind of understand who's in the room. And whenever I see those things, I'll tell you the last thing was really important. Most of you guys, the majority of you guys said the thing holding you back is time. How many of you guys would like more time in your business? How many of you guys would like more time in your life? Okay. AI can definitely help you guys with that, but I'll tell you, I'm going to take a little bit of a different approach this morning with you guys. Tim, I want to get a time check just to be clear on what time you're wanting to land this plane.
It's 9:30 now, 11 o'clock-ish.
Okay,
But you're welcome to.
so 11 p.m. We will. No, it's, guys, I really am excited to be here, but, so what are we gonna cover today, right? You wanna slide up here, or, Tim, sorry. Oh, what's up with this?
You have sharing permissions, right?
Yeah, sure. But, now this is blocking mine.
There we go. Oh, there you go.
No, that's me.
My whole presentation is on that game and now it's getting blocked.
You can move that bar, just grab the bar on the side, on top.
There you go.
This is all my browser though.
There.
I think you need to stop sharing.
You need to stop sharing, please.
Let him share.
There's yours.
Use the VPNs to block by Safari, that's what that is. You got a VPN? No. Oh, so,
There you go.
try this.
Okay.
Good.
It's gonna be a little challenging, but I promise you guys, I've been doing this stuff for a long time, so we will, give me just a second here. And we connect, we'll try to connect to my hotspot and see if I can get this uploaded. I had it downloaded and now it's just blocking it.
I've got hotspot as well.
Okay? You wanna maybe connect to your hotspot if you got, like, it's not connected.
You got a presentation on like the.
I have backups, trust me, I got backups. Here we go, hold on, let's try this one more time.
Can you read it up there?
the browser.
It's not easy to read up there. It'd be easy to pull it up. That might be. That's
The
possible.
problem is, I can assume that they're having firewalls to.
Yeah, I might have.
So, it looks like there's a lot of. Well, it's okay, I'll try this test and then just feel it. Sure.
I have to stop sharing if someone else is gonna share.
So,
You know what I mean? But he has to connect.
all right. Tim, if you can make this full screen,
Perfect.
hit the little green button on here, and then this would be full screen. Then we can get started. Right up here, buddy, the green button. Hit that thing, yeah, here we go.
There we go.
Okay. All right, I apologize. You guys ready to get this started real low? Yeah,
Yes.
all right, let's get rocking and rolling. As Tim told you that, he gave you guys that disclaimer, that he removes disruptive people from the crowd, and I gotta tell you, I am here to disrupt what you guys are doing today. Is that fair? Yes. Okay, I've been doing this a long time, and I'll give you guys a little bit of my background now. Here's what I'm gonna do for you guys. In fact, I've got 2 talk tracks today. It's a little aggressive, but I think you guys are gonna be able to hang tight, and here's what I'm gonna do for you guys as well. Everything that I'm about to teach you on the AI, I have a deep dive workshop that is recorded, and I've got entire workbooks that I want to give you guys for free. Is that fair? Yes. Okay, because I know I talk fast, right? And the truth be told is, I actually am from Texas, so I flew in from St. Louis. I live in St. Louis today. However, I was born and raised up in the Panhandle. So yesterday when I got off the plane, I literally texted my wife. I was like, man, it's something that feels right about being back in Texas. So I absolutely love being here. And I'm gonna go home and try to convince my wife to relocate. I'm not even kidding. You guys think I'm joking. I promise you I'm not even kidding. I'm ready to come back home to Texas. I've been gone for 25 years. And every time I come back to Texas, it's like, man, a little piece of me is still here.
I'll show you a house.
I was waiting. You guys are all a little slow on the draw. That's why I said okay. So here's what we're gonna talk about, all right? Now, first and foremost, look, I can talk about all kinds of cool AI stuff. I mean, they've got soccer playing robots, right? And these robots literally taught themselves how to play soccer. Is that cool? It is crazy, is it not? It is mind-boggling. We've got AI that is actually diagnosing diseases today. Okay, it is mind-boggling what AI can do. And I'll tell you, whenever I realized AI is, it just blew my mind. So I've got 4 kids. And my oldest son, he's 21 years old, and he was diagnosed with autism whenever he was in the 6th grade. So a little bit of a late diagnosis. But I'll tell you, he's just like any other kid. He's high functioning. It is his superpower. Okay, I mean, the kid is brilliant. But I'll tell you, he's just like any other kid. How many of you guys have kids today? Any teenagers or been through that phase? Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, all right? For those of you guys that have kids, you probably understand what I'm talking about. Whenever you send a text message and let them know, hey, I love you, how's it going? And then do you get anything back? There's like no responses. So if I pull up my cell phone, I literally looked at probably 6 months of text messages. Like that, I'm just sending out these blue messages, right? There's nothing coming back. Okay. Pretty typical. You know, I've got an 18-year-old daughter as well. She doesn't respond either. I got a 14-year-old daughter. She definitely doesn't respond right now. She's way too cool for me. My 11-year-old, he'll still answer my calls. Okay, he'll still answer my calls for now, but I know it's only a matter of time. But I'll tell you, I was struggling actually connecting with my son, and I'm a technical guy. I'm pretty fluent on IT, and I use AI every day to communicate, and it helps me think better. It helps me strategically plan. And not only that, it does a lot of automation and really cool stuff too. But I actually sit there and I help me communicate about 2 years ago. Okay. All of our conversations and stuff my son and I uploaded it into the AI engine. And I basically said, hey, I want you to study this language pattern. I want you to understand this. You know what I'm trying to communicate to him? And I'm just not doing a good job. And I'm just missing something here. And AI come back and I said, hey, look, this is my heart. This is what I want to communicate. And AI come back and said, hey, send this. And it was just a simple text message. It was pretty cool. And I'll tell you, within about 30 seconds, I got a heart on text message. Okay. Now, as parents, you guys get that, right? Now, I got to tell you, it was amazing. And it opened up a whole new dialogue and a way to better communicate with my son. But guys, listen to me. AI understands human emotions better than we do. It understands the emotions better than we do. Why? Personally, these are the human emotional side. When we look at it, we're actually coming in from what? Our emotional perspective. But the AI kind of removes that. All right. Now, that actually set me on fire on a journey that I really haven't looked back on. Okay. Now, what I want to teach you guys today and what I'm going to go through, I've got two talk tracks today. Okay. I'm going to dive deep into the AI. We're going to go quick, but I'm going to give you the free workshop. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Now, here's a little something that most people don't know. All right. Has anybody ever read Rich Dad, Poor Dad?
Yeah.
Yes. You guys know that guy? What's his name?
Robert
Kiyosaki. Okay. So guess what? I actually taught a framework for Kiyosaki. First of all, they licensed our software. If you guys don't know, I am the founder of REI Black Book. It's not necessarily why I'm here today, but they licensed our software all the way back in 2010 to help their students, their investors, do more deals in less time. Which ironically, you guys said you wanted a lot of time back. Okay, so I can add speed and automation to your business pretty easily with REI Black Book. All right. And in fact, I got to wait for you guys to get a free trial, test it out, all that stuff. You guys want to use the tools. Okay. But I'll tell you what happened. Whenever they licensed the software, they actually started looking at all of the data And they recognized that the students that were using our tools were excelling. They had more time. They actually started becoming business owners. And so they actually came to me and said, hey, Damon, we want to license the software. We're going to make it the default software. So they licensed it originally. They were selling it to everybody. And he said, hey, we want to give this to everybody. What would it cost? Now, I got to tell you guys, this was my Jerry Maguire moment. You guys ever seen Jerry Maguire? Show me the money. Right? It was literally my show me the money moment. Now, I'll share, I did grow up in the Texas Panhandle. My dad was in and out of prison my entire life. My mom was on welfare. Right? I joined the Marine Corps at age 17 as an escape. Right? That was really, so I'll tell you right now, that was life-changing money for me, life-changing moment. But really what they did is they came back and they said, hey, what is the difference? So I said, it's not software. It's not the software. It's actually a framework that I teach that allows them to go from business, right? That allows them to go from self-employed to business owner. And they said, okay, we want to understand more about the framework. So I had to go out, I taught them, showed them all the framework. And then they said, you know what they did then? They said, hey, we want to license the software. That's really cool. But can you come in and actually teach that framework to all of our investors? Because that's the difference right there. And so that became the default framework for all of Rich Dad Education for the last decade or more. Would you guys like to have that framework today?
Yeah.
Okay. So is that cool if I give you guys a little surprise bonus?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to dive into the AI, and then I'm going to transition and I'm going to go over to show you guys that framework that I taught for Rich Dad for over a decade. Okay. All right. So row your
Boat.
How'd you guys know boat? How'd you guys know that?
Context.
Because it's up there.
That's exactly correct. It's supposed to hide. Yes, you're very good at that. Okay. It's not supposed to display.
in front of
Let's see if I can fix it. Spotlight button. There you go. Row. Your boat. Okay. Now the reality is, guys, you guys have years of context and understanding, and you were able to predict the next word. When you said row, you predicted that it was boat, right? Because that's how AI works. And it's really, really important to understand what we're talking about today is generative AI. There's all kinds of AI technology today. So in fact, I drive a Tesla, and I got that Tesla back in 2017. It has a whole AI engine to drive autonomously. Okay. It's crazy what the difference between 2017 and 2016. The thing actually can drive me, make all the turns, pull into my garage, back out. It's insane today. 2017, not so much. Okay. So what I'm going to be teaching and talking about is not soccer playing robots. It's not autonomous cars. I'm talking about generative AI. This is AI that helps, basically, it is ChatGPT. ChatGPT is generative AI, right? Grok, Perplexity, Claude, all of these are generative AIs. And it's really important that you understand the basic concept that what it does is it uses an algorithm to predict the next word based upon it studying a ton of sequences and everything else, okay? Now, the reason that's important to understand is, guess what? It can guess the wrong word. It can actually make up words. Not really make up words, but it can make up facts. It can make up statements, okay? So that's really important whenever you're using AI to actually generate content for yourself. And so I'm going to show you guys how to prevent that and avoid it, right? So generative AI, it's really not magic. There is no conscious. It's not conscious. It is. It's not very creative. It's actually statistical pattern matching. Okay. It's literally what they call next token prediction. Basically, a token. Just think of that as a word. It's calculating the probability of what comes next. Calculating the probability of what comes next. Okay. This works a little different than, like, for instance, have you guys ever went to Google and started searching, and then it actually tells you, it actually starts predicting what you're searching for, right? Okay, that is what we call basically database retrieval. It literally is going into their database and saying, hey, we're retrieving what 1,000 other people have searched for this exact topic, and we're retrieving it from the database, okay? Whereas the large language models, it's an important little term to understand, LLM, large language models, okay? That's just ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a large language model, okay? They actually are a statistical prediction. They're not going into a database and retrieving information. That's important to understand because it basically comes back and can be incorrect, all right? I'm gonna go through a couple of these slides relatively quick. All right. So the embedding space, all right? What this is doing is it's basically whenever you go ask AI, and when we ask AI, we're actually what's called what we call prompting, right? So when we prompt ChatGPT, right? How many of you guys use ChatGPT? How many of you guys use Claude? Okay, all right. You guys are probably my little bit more technical folks. Perplexity, right? Perplexity, all those, okay? All right, so here's the really cool thing. What I'm going to share with you guys today will actually apply and work, and it'll get every single one of those engines to work better for you, okay? But every time you go prompt, they actually go into what we call the embedding space, okay? Now, the embedding space is, I want you to just imagine that's like a big warehouse of words, okay? And it has semantic proximity, multidimensional, and AI actually understands, and it goes in and says, oh, we think we're talking about vehicles. Oh, well, there's a bike, there's a car, there's a plane, right? It kind of groups all that. Oh, animals, we're talking about a whale, we're talking about a lion, we're talking about, right? It groups all of those together. So that really is, again, just kind of important. Do I expect you guys to be experts? No. But to understand the basic fundamentals. So what it does is whenever you go ask ChatGPT for information, okay, it's really important if you ask generic questions, you're going to get generic answers back. And that's pretty typical. We probably get that. But if you come in and say, hey, marketing is the key to success, right, you're going to get generic, safe, beige, boring answers, right? What we want to get to is the precision territory, okay? The expert aisles, okay? And I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do that. So vague question, you're going to get vague generic content. We want specific questions and we want precision output. Now, what most folks teach is how to speak machine English, right? This right here, what I'm about to share with you, this isn't rocket science, this isn't new, but I want to recap it. And if this is new to some of you guys, let me know. If it's not, I get it. It's okay. I promise you, I've got really good stuff here coming up. All right. So this is may feel a little basic. So most folks teach the AIM framework, right? The AIM framework. So in other words, whenever I go ask ChatGPT or Grok or Perplexity, any of these things, I want to have it be an actor. So who is the AI pretending to be to help me? If you're not using AI like this, this will help you. This will get you probably 50% better result, but I want to get you in that top 10%, okay? So you want to actually ask, have the actor, part of this, tell it who it is. We're going to tell ChatGPT who it is. And then we want to input, that's the context, what context does it need? And then finally, we're going to give the mission, all right? Now the problem with this, so the actor's who's speaking. Now, if you don't tell ChatGPT, hey, you are an expert marketer, you are an expert business strategist. I actually have a prompt that I use all of the time where it says, hey, look, you are a strategic board of advisors. I want you to act as if you're the CEO. I want you to act as if you're the CMO, the chief marketing officer. I want you to act as if you're also the CFO. You have 3 different roles, and I want you to actually argue this point until you guys can come to a conclusion and tell me why you guys have come to agreement. Okay, so the actor, we can literally tell it who to be, okay? I want to go through again, this part relatively quick. The input, we want to input who is the audience, right? Who's the audience? Who are we talking to? Hey, you're an expert marketer. I need your help writing an email, okay? You're an expert marketer. The target audience are motivated sellers, right? Motivated sellers. We can actually even get more specific. We can come in and say, hey, your target audience is foreclosures, folks that are in pre-foreclosure. So that's the audience. What's the tone? What tone? How do we want to talk to those folks? What's the constraints? Are there any limits that we want to put on the AI? And then finally, last but certainly not least, is mission. That is the action verb, right? Weak mission would be something like, write something about probate. That's pretty weak, right? We want a very strong mission, right? We want a very strong mission. I've got plenty of examples for this. All right. And we're gonna skip through this part because this is just about coffee. You guys don't care about coffee. All right. What I really want to get to, okay, is here's the problem with the fatal flaw of AIM. Okay. This is the context trap. The problem with using the AIM framework, by the way, I'm gonna tell you again, it's 50% better results than if you just go to AI today and you start asking. All right. So remember that AIM framework. What's the actor, what's the input, what's the mission? It's going to get you better results. However, there are some limitations and some problems. One of the biggest problems is the AIM relies on a context window memory. What that simply means is that the longer conversation I have with ChatGPT, the more lost it gets. Have you guys experienced that? You're like, wait a minute, man, we were talking about like, probate, and now you're all of a sudden talking about buying foreclosures. Like, how did you do that? Okay. It'll actually lose it. So after about 20 minutes of chat, AI forgets the actor. It forgets that it's supposed to be an expert strategist or whatever you told it to be, okay? So you got to keep reminding it, hey, remember, you're a copywriter, right? And it's exhausting. Here's what fixes it, okay? This is the upgrade. This is the upgrade. This will get you to the top 10%, right? Top 10% of results, all right? Memory, assets, and prompt, okay? So any of these AI tools that you're using, you want to basically create a memory. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that this morning. You then want to create assets. You want to create assets that we're actually going to upload any one of your AI. I'm going to show you exactly what assets you need to upload to get it better. And then here's the really cool part. All of that AIM stuff that I just told you guys about, you don't even need to do. Because I'm going to actually teach you how to actually literally, all I do is I write prompt in ChatGPT, and then it prompts itself. Right? Would that be cool?
Yes.
And I'll show you some of my prompts. They're pretty crazy. Right? They're pretty advanced. Again, I'm going to get everything that I'm talking about. Again, I'm going to go relatively quick. Just remember, I've got an entire workshop for you guys. You guys can have everything that I'm talking about for free, okay? All right, so from AIM to map, okay? The map is, it's really, the way I want you guys to think about it is we are going to build a filing system. It's like permanent structure for our AI, right, to work better for our business, okay? All right, so the memory and project folders. So the first thing you want to do is you want to stop chatting, right, with messy junk drawers. What most of us do, how many of you guys have the junk drawer in your house? I know I got the junk drawer, right? It's sitting right in the kitchen. It's pretty big. In fact, I probably need another junk drawer right now, okay? But like everything goes in there, right? Okay? That's how most of you are using your AI experience. Everything goes into the same conversation, okay? So it's a messy junk drawer of random conversations. We want to start creating containers. We want to start labeling project folders that have a clean memory, right? We're going to create containers before you write a single word. You want to create these containers, right? So for me, I've got project-based folders. I've got a real estate business. I've got a coaching business. I've got personal brand stuff, okay? And in fact, even in my real estate business, I have subfolders under that because in my real estate business, sometimes I've got marketing stuff that I want to talk about. Sometimes I want to talk about finance. Sometimes I want to talk about leadership and leading my team, okay? Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Okay? So you want to create those project-based folders, all right? It's like partitioning your brain. All right. Now here's this is the magic. This one's the magic, okay? The next thing we want to do is we want to create assets. So all of these AI tools will allow you to upload assets, all right? And when I say this, guys, look, it's literally going to be a PDF document. All right, so technically speaking, it's going to be a PDF document, but what is in those PDF documents is going to make them all of the difference in the world, okay? So this is what's going to help ground it. It's going to fill the container. Remember, we're going to create those containers. It's going to fill it with these assets so the AI doesn't hallucinate or drift, all right? And we'll build it in a very specific order for maximum impact. All right, the very first asset you want to create. Again, this is going to be a PDF document. I call it the source code. I call it the source code. What this is going to do is it's going to clone your voice. Now, here's what I mean by this. There are AI tools that literally clone your audio, voice, and it sounds, I'm not talking about that type of cloning your voice. I'm talking about cloning your brain, who you are, how you think, right? How you think, okay? Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you guys this prompt. It's really actually kind of scary, but it's really cool. I've got an AI bot that's going to interview you. It's literally gonna interview you, and it's gonna take all of your questions and all of your answers. It's gonna ask you the questions. It's gonna actually engage with you in a conversation, and it's going to take all of that, and it's gonna create a file that becomes your source code. And I've created it so that it creates it exactly how the LLM wants. It's structured exactly how the LLM wants to read it. What's the LLM? Large language model, aka ChatGPT. Okay, all right. So you're going to take the source code. Asset number 2. Do you think that would help you, by the way? If the AI engine knew the structure of how you think and your tone and your style and your voice, do you think that if we uploaded that every single time, and actually we don't have to upload it every single time, we just upload it once, but if it had that to start, do you think it would sound better? Yeah, okay. So just that alone is going to get you further, okay? The next thing I want you to do is we want to create the copywriting legends, right? So this is generative AI, which means it just writes copy. It just writes copy, okay? And I've been doing marketing and studying copywriting and marketing in general for a very, very long time. Any other marketers in the room, copywriters? Anybody? I'm the only one? Gosh, you guys are missing out. Okay, all right. So James, you enjoy a little copywriting?
Use tools to do it.
You use tools to do it, but you have to study it at some point, right? Even with tools, if you don't have the basic understanding, sometimes you don't know if it's good copy or not. And when I say copy, I just mean, what if you need to write a really good email? That's copy, okay? Well, the really cool thing is there are tons of books that we can actually teach the AI models from, all right? So I actually want to give your AI a PhD in persuasion, how to write persuasive and engaging copy. And so and there's no sense in reinventing the wheel, right? We'll use Robert Cialdini's 6 principles. We'll use David Ogilvy's rules. We'll use the story brand framework. We'll use the PAS. Here's the deal. Every piece of copywriting follows a formula. Great copywriters follow a formula. Have you guys ever heard PAS? Guess what it stands for there. You guys may not have heard of it, but I promise you, you've seen it. You've experienced it. Okay? It simply says problem, agitate the problem, provide the solution. Does that make sense? Do you think you'll get better results from anything that your AI produces if it has those types of frameworks? And there's data framework, there's tons and tons of frameworks, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to teach the AI. We're going to use AI actually to create what I call a deep research prompt to create the copywriting legends PDF. Okay. Asset number 3, the brand Bible. How many of you guys have multiple businesses? Okay. Typically, it's normally about 30 to 40% of almost every room. I've been doing this for 20 years. It's almost 30 to 40% of every room. Now, real estate investors, you may actually have multiple businesses too. You don't even realize it. Because your brand Bible for buying is different than your brand Bible for selling. Okay? Your buying business is different than your selling business. Okay? But what we're going to do is we're going to take the source code. That's how you speak, how you think. It's your DNA. Okay? The brand Bible is who the business is. All right? So the source code is you. The brand Bible is your business. So for those of you guys that raise your hand with multiple businesses, you will have multiple brand Bibles. I'm explain what a brand Bible is in just a second, I promise. All right. So what we'll take is you'll have one source code because there's only one of you. Well, some of you may be having multiple personalities. So some of you might need a couple of different source codes. Okay. But so what we're going to do is you typically will have one source code. You're going to have one copywriting legends document that's like helps you teach the PhD in persuasion. All right. And then if you've got multiple brands, multiple businesses, you will have multiple brand Bibles, okay? All right. What is the brand Bible? The brand Bible is a constitution for your company to ensure consistency in identity, purpose, and personality, right? So it's the execution standards. Basically, it's the content map, it's the governance. It's like, why does that matter? It's going to ensure consistency across all channels. If I go to Grok, if I go to Perplexity, if I go to ChatGPT, I'm going to upload this brand Bible and we're going to start having consistency from any of the content that it creates. You want to upload proof, okay? This is the evidence, success stories, key metrics, transformation results. So when it actually starts writing copy for you and blog posts and articles and emails and any of the content that we need to create as small business owners, okay? What it's going to do is it's going to go in there and say, okay, cool. How many of you guys, by the way, have an amazing transformation story of a family that you helped, like they were in a desperate situation, you came in, bought their house, and they were like hugging and kissing you at the closing? How many of you guys have that? That doesn't happen in Dallas? What? Come on now. All right, let's go the other way. How many of you guys have buyers that you've sold a property to? They're absolutely thankful for you that you came in, okay? So those are what we call proof stories. Those are what we call proof stories. It's basically testimonials and feedback that we want to feedback in. The voice, what's the brand personality, the tone guidelines, the vocabulary vault. So in our business, do we often use acronyms? And all the time, right? So come in here and create the vault of what those acronyms are, when to use them, when not to use them, okay? We want to create our offer. What is exactly that we sell, and what is our value? What exactly is it? Okay? Strategy, the who and how. This defines who we serve and how we win. Now, this one's really cool. We're going to create what I call avatars. For those of you guys that are not into marketing, an avatar is just a persona. It's basically a profile of a target that I want to market. In my business, as a selling REI Black Book, I have multiple different avatars. You too will have multiple different avatars in your business, okay? So let me give you guys an example. I got Newbie Ned. Newbie Ned is an avatar. Newbie Ned has never done a deal. He may be here for the very first time, right? But he's interested in learning more, okay? But then I've got Experienced Ed. Experienced Ed has been doing this business for 20 plus years. They've done hundreds, if not thousands of deals. They are super experienced. They know how to fix and flip. They know how to buy and hold. They're creating notes. They're doing creative option deals, okay? Do they have different problems? They do, right? So whenever I write that problem, agitate solution, guess what? I need different messaging for Newbie Ned than I do for Experienced Ed. So we're actually going to come in here and their brand Bible will define Newbie Ned and Experienced Ed in your own business. And finally, it's the foundation. This is the soul of your brand. It's going to define your origin story, your mission, your values, your purpose. It's your brand essence. It's your core beliefs. It defines who and why you exist. Why does the business exist? I'm going to give you a little hint. Why does your business exist is one of the key elements that I'm going to teach you guys in the framework that Rich Dad started making mandatory, right, in just a few minutes. All right, so let me show you guys how this actually works really quickly. So if I come over here to ChatGPT, all right, what I'm going to do really quick is I'm going to do this Better Buyers. All right, I'm going to do this Better Buyers. This is, again, AI agents that I'm going to give you guys access to. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and say, we buy houses from people in probate.
Spell people wrong.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
Does it correct that or does
It
it get
will.
confused?
When it's like somewhat obvious, 9 times out of 10, it'll know.
Okay.
That have inherited a property. Okay, now what this is gonna do, guys, I'm gonna give you guys access to this, by the way. The way that I've built this is it's gonna come back and it's gonna ask you questions about your business. It's gonna ask you all these questions about your business. Now, for the sake of training, I'm gonna go ahead and say, assume all the answers. Now, that's dangerous. Don't do that for real, okay? But I want to show you what it does, because some of you might be, whenever I'm talking about newbie net and experience that, how many of you guys are like sitting there like, ooh, that sounds super difficult and intimidating. How the heck am I possibly going to write all of that content? You don't have to. The AI is going to do it for you. Now, this is I'm going to zoom in here. Okay, so now the demographic here. This is Linda Parker. She's age 47 to 63. Linda's a working adult with a full life already in motion, a job, kids or grown kids, aging responsibilities, very little emotional bandwidth. Her core problem: Linda has inherited a house through probate after the death of a parent or close relative, and the property feels like a physical manifestation of unfinished emotional business. Top 5 emotions she feels daily. She feels overwhelmed, like this is one responsibility too many. She feels guilt. She feels anxiety. She feels resentment, emotional exhaustion. Her deepest fears: if I sell this wrong, I'll dishonor my parents. My siblings will judge me or blame me. I'll get ripped off because I don't know what I'm doing. This will drag on for years and never really be over. People will think I'm greedy or heartless. How are those fears affecting her relationships? Do you guys see the difference in my AI engine? If you guys went to ChatGPT right now and just said, hey, build me an avatar for probate, I promise you, it's not going to come in and talk to you about how it's affecting their relationships, the hurtful things other people might have said to them, other solutions they've already tried, things she doesn't want to do, and that's her inner dialogue, and the primary transformation that she's looking for. Do you think that we can create our AI engine? If we told this to our AI engine, will our AI engine start writing better content and copy for you guys? Is this cool? Okay. So this is, again, part of your brand Bible. Now, how's this really going to work? You guys are going to be like, all right, Damon, this sounds cool, but man, this sounds like a little bit of work. I'm not going to BS you. There is some work involved, all right? All things worth it typically do have a little bit of work, okay? But I'm going to give you guys this AI handout. All right? So I'm going to give you guys this AI handout. Now, whenever you guys have this, what I want you guys to pay attention to is this is a Google document. The reason it's a Google document, because it's a living, breathing document. I upload it on a regular basis. So pay attention right over here. You're going to have these document tabs. Every one of you guys will have these document tabs, and you'll be able to come in here and click phase 1 setup. Right there, phase 1 setup, you'll click on the source code generator. Okay? You're going to click on that source code generator. And right there is my prompt. You're going to take that prompt. You're going to go throw it into Gemini or ChatGPT, whatever your preferred AI tool is. I actually personally use ChatGPT and Gemini. Okay, those are 2 of my primary. I use those quite a bit. So you're going to take that, you're going to throw it into either any of your preferred AI engines, and it is literally going to interview you. All right, this will take about 30 minutes. And guys, literally turn on the voice and just talk to it. That's it. Okay, it's going to ask you questions. You just talk to it, and then it's going to compile it at the end. What you will know whenever it actually sounds like you, you're going to basically come in and say, this thing will not stop. This prompt will not stop until you tell it, yes, that's 100% me. Okay, that will create your source code document. Now, if you click on Copywriting Legends, you're going to do the same process. If you click on Brand Bible, it's going to be the same process. I give you all of these AI agents to actually help you create these documents and actually help write them for you. Now, the reason you want to do them in this order, it's really important to understand the reason we do them in this order is because the source code downloads who you are. I need to download your brain first. I need to know who you are. Then we're going to create the copywriting legends. That copywriting legends is then it's going to start writing better copy. It's going to write better brand messaging. And then we're going to use the copywriting legends to actually influence and write our brand Bible. What do you guys think? Okay. All right. Okay. Now let's go back to the presentation. So I kind of, let's see, I went through, yeah, what what is your brand Bible? Okay, we kind of already went through this, but it is the foundation. It is the soul. Okay, again, I gave you guys the brand Bible generator. You're going to simply paste that in. You're going to brain dump, and the AI will use the legends plus your voice, and then you approve it. You'll save it as a PDF, and then when we create those project folders, we actually will upload these 3 PDF. You'll end up with 3 PDF documents, and you'll upload these into the containers. You'll upload those into the memory, okay? And I'll tell you right now, think of this like a corporate team, all right? The source code is your ghostwriter. It understands your voice. Copywriting legends, that's your strategist. That's the brains of basically a world-class marketing team. And then the brand Bible, that's the CEO. It gets to dictate like the mission of who the business is. And then finally, you will be the director, the manager. Or here's the awesome part. I actually don't use this to write my copy anymore. Why? I have people on my team using these assets. And now whenever they're using the ChatGPT and they're writing all the copy, it still sounds like me. It's still in my voice. It still fits the brand. If you have VAs or executive assistants or anybody doing this type of work for you, okay, this is almost necessary. Okay. So you're going to create the folder. You're going to upload the stack. And then you want to write the prompt. Okay. You'll write the prompt. You'll come in and say, hey, write me an email to the probate seller. Write me the email. Okay. Now, that's going to be awesome, and that's going to get you into the top 10%. That'll get you to the top 10%. But you guys probably want to be in the top 1%, right? Okay, so we covered memory, we covered assets. Are you guys clear what those mean? Memory and assets. The next thing I want to show you guys is the prompt. It's the P, okay? It's the prompt, all right? Oh, the other really cool thing, guys, if you build this on your desktop, which is what I do, and I'm going to show you guys a really cool way, then it just transfers over to my mobile. Everything just transfers over to my mobile. So if I want to come in here and write an entire blog post, I just come over here and I say, hey, write a blog post about the top seven ways that probate sellers are getting taken advantage of in the DFW area. That's it. Bam, done. Writes the blog post. Okay. Again, all of that's in the document. We won't cover it today. We're a little short on time. Okay. All right. The last thing here that we'll cover here is the prompt. Memory is the container. Assets is the source code, the copywriting legends, and your brand Bible. Now we want to prompt the prompt. Okay. So before we actually probably come in here and write very basic prompts. After, we're actually going to use AI to build our prompts. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We don't want to write the prompt. We're going to ask for the prompt. And instead of perfect instructions, we're going to say, hey, I have a goal. You're the expert. Ask me what you need, then build the prompt. Ask me what you need, then build the instructions. Here's exactly what it looks like, okay? And in fact, have any of you guys ever used the text replacement feature on either your phone, your Apple, or Android? PCs do this as well. This basically is if I type in LOL, it will replace LOL with laugh out loud. Have you guys ever used that?
Shortcuts.
It's basically shortcuts. They're called text replacements on Apple. I don't know what they're called in Android, but it's all in the training document, okay? So whenever I come in and I type prompt, and I do a period prompt, then what happens is this automatically replaces it. So what I found is there's no limit. It's really cool. There's no limit to the text replacement, at least that I've found so far. So I can replace it with very, very intricate prompts. Okay, so if I come in after, here's what the really cool part. After I create the container, after I upload the assets, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell in that conversation, I'm going to tell AI, I'm going to say, hey, look, you're a world-class LLM prompt architect. LLM is what?
Large language model.
It's really important to tell it that, hey, you're writing this for an LLM, okay? I have uploaded my super persona stack. That's your brand Bible. That is the copywriting legends and your source code. My goal is to write an email series, a follow-up series for probate. Do not write content yet. First, ask clarifying questions one at a time, okay? Test, write the best possible prompt to accomplish this goal using uploaded assets, okay? what does this actually look like? I'm going to show you. So let's come back over here. I'm going to go to my marketing container. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to say, mine is D prompt. So when I type D prompt, it comes in here and says, okay, hey, I actually come in and I say, all right, I need to write a welcome email to new B Ned. What it's then going to do is it's going to come back and it's going to ask me all questions individually. What's the primary objective of this welcome email for newbie Ned? Now, what I personally do is I don't type anymore. I just come in here and say, hey, we want to have newbie Ned feel really excited and welcome to the REI Black Book community, and we want to give him time to value as quickly as possible, right? And I just come in and start having the conversation with the AI agent, right? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and say, answer all of your other questions for sake of time. We're going to go ahead and hit submit. And what this will do is it is going to come back and create an amazing prompt. Have you guys ever had a prompt this long? So what it comes in and says, look, you are a world-class direct response copywriter and onboarding strategist writing the voice of Damon Remy, founder of REI Black Book, objective, primary CTA, secondary, okay? And I can actually just come in and say, you know, run the prompt now. Does that make sense what I just did?
That's great.
Is that not like insane? No. Guys, this will change everything. I'm telling you, it's changed. Like I can create content so fast now, and it's pretty dang amazing, right? Now, we can actually go to the next level. We don't have time to do it today. We can go to the next level, and we can show you how to have the AI agents do all of this, even without you having to prompt it and without having to interact. But we don't have time for today, and I feel like that's probably a pretty good place for you guys. You guys feel good about this? If you guys implemented this, would you be better off using AI?
Yeah.
Okay, telling you, implement just this basic thing. Now, I got a couple other things in that presentation, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pivot over to the other framework, right? What I want to do here is, so you just run the prompt, all right? Again, everything that I'm giving you is in the training documents, all right? Okay, another thing that I'll tell you guys, all right? Steer it to the experts. Instead of saying, how do I grow leaders? Say, hey, explain using mental models of Pixar's brain trust and Harvard research. So we actually want to direct it to the experts of the field. So for instance, copywriting legends. I wanted to direct it to some of the top copywriting legends. Gary Halbert, Alex Hermosi, Dan Kennedy, you know, Joe Sugarman. I wanted to direct it. But how do you think I knew who those experts were? What if you don't know who the experts are?
Ask it.
You guys are damn good. Okay? I'm telling you, most people like get stumped on that question. It's like, you guys are ahead of the game, right?
Just
You
ask.
literally just ask it, okay? So steer it towards, okay? That'll help you guys a ton. All right. There's two things that I want to show you guys. And again, all of this is really important, okay? This is the verification protocols. Basically, how do we ensure that it's writing really good content and good copy and it's not lying? Because it will, here's the problem with AI, is it lies to you?
Yes.
Confidently. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like it's pretty damn sure.
yeah.
Like nah, it's like that's a totally made up stat that doesn't even exist. Okay, so you want to, these are the verification protocols. Okay, so what you want to do, it's 1, 2, 3. These are really, really important. This is a writer downer. Again, it's going to be in the documents I give you guys. But here's what I do: is I come in and after I write content, I'll say list every assumption and rank it by confidence. List every assumption that you made. So basically, the AI is going to come back and give you a list of all the assumptions it made, and it'll rank it by confidence. And then we're going to say, hey, cite 2 independent sources with title, URL, and quote. So we want to actually say, hey, go give me the sources, right? Create a citation. And then this is actually a really good one too, cross-model verification. I feed ChatGPT output, and I'll take that output into Claude, and I'll say, critique this, verify the claims. Okay? So that's a really good way to avoid the lying AI, right? Assumption audit, source check, and then cross-model verification, okay? Now, we don't have time to go into this, but the last thing I would show you guys would be the ocean framework. Again, this is all in your notes. But this is like where we actually add the polish to your AI. How does it start sounding original? How do we ensure that we have concrete evidence? How do we actually make sure that it's assertive and it's narrative? It's actually starting to tell a story. Okay, that's the ocean framework. And again, I spent a lot of time going into that. Is that good for the AI?
Yeah.
All right, I went through that rapid fire. Everything that I just did, I've got an on-demand workshop that you guys get for free, and you can have my entire workbook. This workbook alone, I can't even tell you how much time I spent on this thing. I should sell this for several $100 at least, but I'm going to give it to you guys absolutely free, okay? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to jump into the next presentation, okay? Now, the reason I had Tim ask those questions is because, guys, look, first and foremost, I love teaching AI. Can you guys see that I'm a little bit passionate about this stuff?
Yeah.
I'm excited about this stuff. I'm excited about this stuff. I love it. I love this stuff. But you know what I'm more passionate about than AI? It's empowering entrepreneurs. It's empowering people, right? So I have a really firm belief that small business owners change the world, right? And as our country, I don't care which political side of the aisle you're on right now. Don't care. Happy to debate it and discuss it if you really want to. But I think we should do that at the restaurant next, okay? I really don't care which side of the aisle you're on, but let me ask you this.
So you're coming?
I can, yeah, I'm here, buddy. You're buying, right? So, yeah. So the bottom line is, do you think that our country needs change right now?
Yeah.
Do you think that's going to come from our leadership?
No.
Neither side of the aisle, to be honest. Okay? I genuinely believe in my heart that change comes from entrepreneurs and small business owners. I just believe it in my core. And I've seen it. I've been doing this for, guys, I was on the road and training Rich Dad students, literally thousands of students. Okay. And I've seen these guys come in and gals, right? Come in and it's like, hey, you know what? They start off and they want more deals. It's interesting whenever you guys started off today, and I said, you know what? Maybe you don't need to do more deals. What if I could show you how to do less deals and get your life back?
Better.
Would that be better?
Yes.
Okay. Guys, you got to get clear on what you want, because here's the crazy thing.
You'll get it.
You're going to get what you asked for. You want to do more deals? Fine. We'll get you doing more deals. But you won't have a damn life and you won't have time. That's the thing that you guys said on that very last question. Almost every one of you said you don't have the time. And so what I'm really passionate about is empowering entrepreneurs. I went one time and I was sitting there, and this guy's his name was John. He was out of Colorado. We're at an event just like this, and afterwards, I was having a little conversation with him. I said, John, why are you doing this, man? Why does your business exist? And he said, Damon, it exists because I want to put fuel in my plane. He's a pilot.
Wow. I want my plane.
How many of you guys want to put fuel in your plane?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I kind of was like, all right, John, that's cool, but man, it's just like, why do you put fuel in your plane? And then he told me, Damon, I fly kids with cancer to treatments that can't get the treatment facilities. That's what I mean by empowering people and empowering entrepreneurs. If I can help John put more fuel in his plane because I can put systems and processes in place that buy his time back and help him do less deals, but more profitable deals and get his time back so that he can put more fuel in that plane, you better damn believe that that's what I'm passionate about. That's what my team is passionate about. And I'll share this with you guys, because what I'm sharing with you guys right now is my vision for REI Black Book. And if you don't have a vision for your real estate investing business and you don't have this passion, then I'm telling you, what the hell are we building? So here's the sad part. Most of us never build a business, right? If your business still needs you, you don't own one, you guys have a job. And your boss is a lunatic. Okay? So what I want to share with you guys is why real estate investors actually build jobs instead of businesses. I'm going to give you guys the exact framework that fixes it. Okay? Anybody recognize this? The cash flow quadrant, right? Cash flow quadrant. Over here on the left-hand side, we have an employed and self-employed. But at the end of the day, it's the same damn thing, basically, right? One, you have a job. The next one, you own a job. Right? Because the truth of it is, if you want to grow, you want more, guess what? It takes more of you. Very few ever make it over to the right side of this quadrant where we become a business owner. And oh yeah, by the way, let me be very clear. I don't care what your business is. Vendors, this is for you too. Every one of you, right? This is not about what you sell. Guys, I sell software. I sell software coaching for a living. That's what I do. Okay? But you need to transfer over to the business side where you own a system and people work for you. Okay? Now, why am I here? Right? I am the founder of REI Black Book. I've actually founded 3 other software companies as well. Rich Dad licensed our software and our platforms to add speed and automation to investor businesses. Then they hired me to teach, once they actually discovered this framework that I've been using for years, vision, systems, people, all right? They then actually hired me, and it became the mandatory class for every Rich Dad student for the past decade. This was the first class where we signed up for education. He said, hey, I want to make a lot of money. I want to start wholesaling. I want to flip. I want to rent. I want to lease options. I want to do all the things. They said, cool. You have to come do this vision building workshop with Damon first. You got to get clear on why you're doing this. And what they found was more of those people made it to the other side of the quadrant. I don't think that's an accident, by the way. Okay? And so they licensed that. I don't know if this is going to play. We'll see if I can. All right. So this is a video of Jason me saying amazing things at the end of the day. Okay? Oh, that right there, that got you right there in the fields, right? That got you, right? You can see it in his eyes. Those pretty blue eyes, to be very honest. Okay? Right? So Jason actually came to me, and he was actually working 23 years in television advertising. And he wanted to get out of the rat race. Long story short, Jason just did his first 7-figure year. Rob and Cammie, they're actually local to the DFW market. I messaged them last night, and it turns out they're in Washington on vacation because their business is on autopilot, right? So I've got tons of feedback on why this actual framework will truly work, okay? Now here's what I'm gonna ask you guys to do. Do you guys want that training, the AI training?
Yeah.
If you want the AI training, go ahead and scan right here. Scan that. I'll make sure, Tim, you have the link so you can email it out as well, right? But you guys scan the link, and this is going to tag you back so I know that you guys are part of Tim's group. And it's going to allow you to download, and I will email you all of the training documents, the on-demand course. You guys are going to get all of that for free, okay? Is that fair?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. The AI, man, I'm telling you, the AI stuff, I'm sitting here just getting in everybody's way. We get it out of the way. Okay. Now, here's the brutal truth of why your business isn't where you want it to be. Okay? We've got a lack of consistent cash, lack of consistent money. Okay? I know there's lenders in the room. But you still need private money. You need capital in this business. Or it's a lack of consistent deal flow. Or you got leads that are slipping through the cracks because, well, you know what? You don't have any systems in place. Okay? Analysis paralysis. You're frozen with fear of making a mistake. You're juggling multiple software tools. You got a CRM over here, you got a phone system, you got, driving for dollars apps, you've got property comp tools, and they're all over the place. You guys feel the pain?
Yes.
I solved that 15 years ago. Where were you?
Where were you?
Just saying. Hey, I was hanging out with Rich Dad, to be honest. That's where I was at.
Okay,
But
there you go.
we can solve that one for you guys pretty easy. Okay? You're overwhelmed by administrative tasks, or quite frankly, you're just burnt out from long hours and stress.
Yeah.
Because you're just not making the money. You know, the reality is this, guys. You basically traded a job for a job you own. But the hours are worse.
Yep.
Says pay.
No,
Sometimes the pay is worse. It's much harder to take vacations, right? Okay? After 20 plus years, I have discovered the hard way. I'm talking about blood, sweat, tears, honest to goodness, just plain old mistakes. I've spent millions, literally millions of dollars making these mistakes, funding my own education, spending a ton of money on networking groups and masterminds, and you guys get to cheat today. I'm going to give you guys the easy way, share with you what I've learned after 20 plus years of building this for folks. Business and life is a collection of systems. Right? Business and life is a collection of systems. If I wanted to lose weight, what system could I impact?
Push away from the table.
Good. What system would I impact? Could I actually implement a workout system? Could I monitor what I'm eating?
Yes.
Just a system, right?
Right.
All right. What about, okay, I got a question. The toilet paper roll. First of all, over or under?
Over.
All right, I knew I was home. Okay.
Okay.
Anybody say under? I know you don't want to raise your hand now. You're the under guy? You probably don't have like kids or animals, okay? Because the under dude, they just start. All right. So you're sitting there, and all of a sudden the toilet paper roll is empty. How many of you guys have a system, whether you think about it consciously or not, have a system to replace the toilet paper roll?
Called backup.
You have a backup.
You back up.
Where's the backup?
Close by.
Close by. What if it's not close by? Okay?
Same here.
But
You're in
think about it.
trouble.
Do we have systems? Everything in our life,
Yeah.
everything is the result of systems. Okay? So every condition is a result of step-by-step systems. So that means the systems are executing right now. That some of these you don't see. Some of them are seen. Some of them you've intentionally designed. Some of them just happen by circumstance. Here's the sad part, or the hard part, is they're determining your future. They are determining your future right now. Now there's good news. If your business is not exactly where you want it to be, if you're struggling, if you're having some challenges, the good news is you're not failing. If you're working hard, you're busting your tail, it's not you. It's your systems. Okay? Your systems are failing. Now, I've already shared with you guys that I've been doing this for a lot of years, and this is one of my most favorite quotes. It says, "You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems." James Clear, Atomic Habits. I've seen literally thousands of people walk through those Rich Dad doors and the REI Blackbook doors. I've been doing this for a long time. And everybody has big, big goals. That's where we all start, right? You know, the trainers, the educators, they want you to create that vision board, put the big boat or the vacations or the cars and the stuff on the board, right? Because they want you to create those big goals. And it's like, man, if you create big goals, that's going to just pull you through. Have you guys found that to be true? BS. It's absolute BS. Okay? The reality is you're going to fall to the level of your systems. So wherever you're at right now, I'm telling you, it's because of your systems, okay? So here is the framework, okay? We must first create a vision. You must absolutely know why your business exists. And your business does not exist to buy you a bigger boat. Why does your business exist? What's the mission? What are your values? What do you stand for? What are your guiding principles? What is the purpose? Why does it exist? Then we must implement systems. We have 3 types of systems. We have management systems. This is typically where we're working on the business. We have marketing systems. This is where we're working in the business, the transactions. And then we have money systems, okay? Then finally, we have to then implement the people component. We got to design the people plan. We got to implement the people plan, and we got to grow the people. If you have no vision, people are busy, but they're frustrated with no direction, okay? They're literally, you got people and systems, but the people on the team are frustrated because they have no direction. And quite frankly, you're going to be frustrated because you don't know what you're going, you don't know where you're building either. Okay? If you've got no systems, everything feels chaotic. Nothing is predictable. If you got no people, everything depends upon you, and you now have a job. What I'm talking about is that dream business right there where all of these collide, where the business stops fighting you, where the business stops fighting you, and it starts supporting your life. So vision is about direction. Clear direction eliminates decisions. This is one of the #1 small business killers is decision fatigue. We have too many decisions, right? We're wrapped up in too many decisions, but your vision will give you clarity and it'll eliminate 90% of those decisions. The systems are the engine. That's going to determine whether you actually get where you're going. And then finally, the people are how this works without everything depending upon you. When all 3 are aligned, the business finally starts giving more than it takes. Vision must define what the business must produce without you. It sets directions, priorities, and constraints. Without vision, systems just optimize chaos. I want you to hear that again. Without vision, without clarity, if we don't know where we're going, and you guys just want to start with systems, all you're going to do is optimize a bunch of chaos. That ain't going to help us much. Okay? Personal vision is not business vision. If you guys were all on my REI Black Book team today, and I came in and this was our Monday morning huddle to get everybody going for the week, okay? And I come in and I start telling you guys about my big boat that I'm going to buy off the coast of Florida, right? I can tell you guys, I've got it on my board. It's about 120 foot. It's going to have 4 staterooms so that I can invite friends and family, and I'm just going to RV across the Caribbean like most folks RV across the country. And guys, I cannot tell you how much I envision this boat, how excited I am for this boat. And if you guys keep working hard for me, then someday I'm going to have that boat. How many of you guys are excited right now to come to work for me? Not many? Okay? That's what we do whenever we sit there and you guys do the same thing. Whenever you tell me that your business exists to make you money. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Why does your business exist? Okay? Your personal vision is important, by the way. So you have a personal vision and you have a business vision. And I want to see you dream. I want you to actually design life. Most of you will spend more time planning your weekend than you actually will take the time to spend and design your actual life. But yet we talk about living life by design, but we don't ever design it. So take the time to design your personal vision. The personal vision will tell us 2 things, right? And these are going to be planning constraints for the business. The first thing it's going to tell us is how much time do I have left over to build this business? So if I sit there and design my perfect day, my perfect week, my perfect quarter, my perfect year, I'm probably not going to have a lot of time for the business. I'll tell you right now, been doing it a long time, literally done this exercise with thousands of investors. On average, it's about 15 to 25 hours that you have left over to go build this business. Yeah. In the early days, are you going to walk in? Are we going to do this personal vision? And then next week you say, Damon, you said it's 15 hours. That's all I got left over. Is that going to work?
No.
No, guys, look, in the early days, I was working 70, 80, 90 hour weeks. All right. Hustle is a season. not a lifestyle. Hustle is a season, not a lifestyle, okay? So in the early days, it took me a little bit of extra time, and then finally, it's gonna tell me how much money the business must produce. So once I have that and I understand time and the money, now I can actually go create my business vision. The business vision must define what outcomes the business must produce without you. Okay, it must define, all right, what the business must produce without you. How predictable those outcomes must be. It'll also tell you what the business will not do. Just as important as what to do is to know what not to do. And it's going to define what working looks like operationally, not emotionally. But most importantly, your business vision will define why your business exists. Okay? You'll have your mission, values, and purpose. Our mission at REI Black Book, we want to simplify the financial freedom for 10,000 entrepreneurs. We're going to do that through systems, software, and education. Systems, software, and education. What am I doing today? Education. That's why I jumped on a plane last night and left my family and said, hey, you know what? My business mission is really important to me. There's a purpose and there's a passion. And I don't care if there's 10, I don't care if there's 20, I don't care if there's 100. I know there's somebody in the room today, and I hope more than one. I know there's somebody in the room today that needed to hear this message today. Okay? That's why my business exists. Now, systems exist to make your vision real, whether you're there or not. Okay? This is the part that most investors get wrong. Systems will create consistency, right? So it's going to help you avoid the roller coaster ride of having that gangbuster month where you close 3 deals and then you go on a famine because you don't do anything for the next 3 or 4 months. Okay? The systems will help us create consistency. Systems run the business when you're not there. Hustle harder is not a system. In the early days, though, whenever you don't have systems, what are you doing?
Hustle.
You're hustling harder. And unfortunately, the bigger you grow, the harder you have to hustle if you don't fix this sooner rather than later. Okay? Tools are not a system. Wait a minute. Don't you sell tools? Yeah, I do. I sell software tools.
Use the tool.
When I say systems, I am not talking about tools. Tools are a piece of the puzzle and can help you add speed and automation to the systems. But they in and of themselves are not systems. A system is a designed outcome. It's built on purpose. It produces predictable results. It's going to work without all the crazy heroics. And you coming in and saving the day. And it's going to repeat on demand. One system, one outcome on purpose. This right here, fatal flaw of most small business owners. They think they need to come in and build one big system. No. You have a culmination of a ton of smaller systems, of smaller functional areas, okay? You're going to need a lead generating system. And even in that, you'll probably have multiple systems within your lead generation. You might be doing direct mail. You might be doing online advertising. You might be doing TV campaigns, right? But each one of those will be a small system in the lead generation system. Does that make sense? You'll have lead follow-up systems. You'll have disposition systems. You'll have cash systems. But one system, one outcome on purpose, right? This is definitely a writer-downer. Okay, if you guys don't get anything else from me today, I really want you guys to understand this piece right here. The systems are everything. But there are 4 building blocks of systems. And to be candid, if you get this order wrong, you're going to stay stuck. You're going to stay stuck, and hustle is going to be your system. All right, the first building block is strategy. We must know what result this system is going to produce. We must know what result the system is going to produce. We must know the tactics. How are we going to get there? Guys, I'll give you all the slides. Don't even take pictures, right? I don't care that you take pictures, but honestly, when you're taking pictures, you're so focused on getting that picture that you miss out on the intent. I'll give you the slides. Is that fair? You guys good with that? Yeah, I don't want you to be worried about taking a picture of every slide. Okay? In fact, if you opt in on the, on that QR code, I'll make sure you guys get the slides. Okay?
Thank you.
Does that help you guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't care that you take pictures, but just get my good side. Got it now. Okay. It's this one right here. I could take you back to my yearbook, man, in 1993. Let me tell you. My kids can't believe it. It's like, dude, that was really you. Yeah. But let's get back to it. All right, strategy. What results are we going to get? The tactics are going to be how we're going to get there. Okay. Then we must create the processes. Okay. This is going to be the repeatable execution plan. Literally a step-by-step, if this, then that map. If this, then that. Okay. And finally, automate. The tools will help you automate and simplify. This is where REI Black Book lives. This is where Profit Drive lives. This is where REI Chat lives. This is where Rehab Estimator Pro. All of those are tools that I've built. But if you just log into REI Black Book and you're like, where's the print money button? Been working on it for a while, okay? But it just doesn't quite exist yet. I'll tell you a funny story. In fact, if you go to printmoneybutton.com, I think it's down right now, but I used to run marketing and advertising to printmoneybutton.com. And what it would do, you guys ever remember those buttons back in the day when you try to hold your mouse over it and the button would just move? So you could actually never, ever click the button. So they would literally just be chasing the print money button for like 30 seconds. And then it would come up and say, hey, stop chasing your tail. There's better ways, right? So the print money button doesn't exist, right? Doesn't exist. But tools are to simply automate and simplify. All right, automate and simplify. So let's, again, reminder, you do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems, okay? Michael Gerber, author of E-Myth, he wrote the book E-Myth. It basically is why most small businesses don't work and what to do about it, right? You don't have to read the book. I'm going to teach you basically right here, okay? But what he says is you want to organize your business around functions and then build systems within each business function. Let the systems run the business and people run the systems, because people come and go, but the systems remain constant. Okay? People come and go, but the systems remain constant. People make systems run without you. Okay? People make systems run without you. The right people, the right seats. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. Most of the time, real estate investors, small business owners in general, get this order wrong as well. We start hiring people before we actually understand the systems, right? Each system literally is going to create a seat, right? The systems will create seats, right? If everything depends upon you, you do own a job. And look, I want to be really clear about this. People don't create freedom. If you just go hire a bunch of people, that, by the way, was definitely my thought. Like whenever, first of all, I was a broke kid on welfare. I shared that with you guys already, right? My dad was in and out of prison my whole life. And I just remember thinking, first of all, I got to get the hell out of this town, right? It was this very small town. I was the only boy in the grade school. I had 6 other girls I went to grade school with, okay? And it was like, man, I got to get out of this town. My mom was on welfare, right? The powdered milk, man. Like that should not be illegal. Like I'm telling you, they all get it, okay? But I remember thinking, man, if I make $100,000 a year, whew, my problems are over. How many of you guys have ever thought that? Yeah. So guess what? I made $100,000.
Yeah.
Guess what didn't stop?
Problem.
Problems. Shit, I'm not dreaming big enough. I got to make 200,000. So guess what? I made 200,000.
Bigger problem.
Didn't change. I doubled it. I got to go make 500,000. I got to go make $1 million. But once I made $1 million, I'm like, look, if I make $1 million, man, I'm going to be hiring a bunch of people. Man, they're going to deal with all these problems. I ain't going to deal with it. I'm just going to hire people to deal with these problems. Okay? Guys, I remember making $3.9 million. I remember looking at it. It's like, man, we had $3.9 million. I had 20 people on the team. And I absolutely hated my business. absolutely hated my business. Like I remember waking up one day and I told my wife, I said, baby, I don't want to go in today, man. I'm just tired. Like everything depends upon me. We got 20 people and they still don't know how to do anything. They don't care about this. I gotta go take out the damn trash. Right? You guys feel me on this? Yeah. Yeah. Now for me, that's actually whenever I went in and I ultimately ended up with a mentor and he told me to burn it all down and he helped me create the first vision. He said, Damon, why does your business even exist? What I recognized is I hired a bunch of people thinking that I was actually going to have them come in and build all the systems and design all these things. And the answer to that was no. And so really what I want you guys to understand is people don't create the freedom. In fact, it created more chaos for me, right? It created more chaos for me. And so people running systems do, right? People running the systems. Now, what I've done for you guys, again, this is definitely, you guys are going to get this slide, but these are the 13 systems that every real estate investor, I don't care if you're doing notes, I don't care if you're buying and holding, I don't care if you're buying and selling on terms, I don't care if you're buy and hold investor, I don't care, all right? These are the 13 systems that every investor needs in their business. Now, this is what a complete business looks like. Now, we don't have time to dive into every single one of these, but I'm going to try to do it justice, and we're going to dive into a couple of these. Now, Tim, I'm going to ask permission for the room, and if you're cool with it, I know you guys have got the restaurant stuff you're going to, but I see that I've got about 10 minutes. But guys, I've got about 20 minutes to 30 minutes of content left. Are you guys in a good place to keep going?
Yes.
Okay, all right, I just want to make sure, all right? If not, we can just leave and go have a beer and lunch. You guys are learning? This is good?
Yes.
Okay, all right, so I'm gonna get your permission. Thank you, Tim, appreciate your flexibility.
Oh, okay.
All right, so what I want to do is, and I'm gonna kind of talk about these, all right? So first of all, over to the far left here, we have the lead machines. This is, we need to build an inbound lead machine with proven marketing systems, okay? This is so that we can start attracting motivated sellers fast, all right? Now, the next system I have down here, we call it the private money machine. What do you think the private money machine does? Well, it helps you generate capital. Why do I start this before I have deals? Because you need money before you have a deal. Everybody waits. I'm telling you right now, for those who've been in this business for a long time, whenever you have a hot deal and then you're like, oh man, I need to go line up funding. Is that the right time to do it? No, the right time to ask for money is when you don't need it. Okay, so we want to start this very, very soon. Now, the next one we have is the lead capture matrix. This basically is setting up your phone system, your CRM, your websites, your AI chatbots, all connected on one platform. If only there was a platform that existed to do that, right? The lead capture matrix, the reason this exists is every lead machine will have its own website links. It will have its own tracking phone numbers. It will have its own chatbots. So that I absolutely know, why would I do that? Damon, that sounds like a lot of work. Guys, it's push a button, it's done. All right, it's pretty simple. The reason I want to do that, how many of you guys spend money on marketing right now? Raise your hands high for I can see it. Okay, so a good percentage of you. How many of you guys think marketing is an expense?
Yeah.
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 Is it an expense? Even if you're not marketing, raise your hand really high if you think it's an expense. You know why it's an expense? It becomes an expense if you put $1 in and you don't know that you got $2 back. That is an expense. But if I put $1 in and I know that I got $2 back, what does that become?
That's us.
Okay, you guys need to change your mindset right now. Now, the reason that most of you don't look at it as an investment is because you don't have the lead capture matrix system that will tell you whenever you put $1 into this lead machine that it produces X amount of dollars back. Isn't that the kind of system that you want for control and predictability?
Yes.
Okay, that's what that system does. Okay, the perfect follow-up. Are we going to be able to capture and talk to every single lead? No, we just can't. It's impossible. Right? And especially if you guys said what you really want is more time. I don't care if it's time with your family. I don't care where you're spending that time. We want more time. We need the system to handle the nurturing and the follow-up. Then we need the lead qualification system. We need to easily be able to determine, is this a qualified lead? That will also track all the way back to the lead machine to let me know, am I not only getting quality, I'm getting quality leads from this lead machine. Then we need to be able to use the profit prediction system. The profit prediction system is literally going to be a yes, no, red, green system that you plug in the details. We actually have an AI engine that comes back and says, hey, here is the best way to structure this deal. Here's the best way to create a 3-option letter of intent. We're going to offer cash. We're going to do terms, 2 different terms deals, and we're going to let them know what it would look like if they listed on the MLS. And then bam, once we know our profit prediction, we're going to then trigger our perfect offer system. Okay, it triggers the perfect offer. Once the offer goes out, this is actually going to follow up and stay in touch with that seller. Have you guys ever had a seller ghost you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but most of you probably don't have a system in place. As soon as you send the offer, okay, I can tell you on day 14, there's a text message that's going to go out and it's going to say, hey, James, I just got notice your offer's expiring today. Did I say, James, hey, I'm the bad guy, I'm taking away your offer? No, I said, James, I got notice. I'm on your side, James. I got a notice that your offer is expiring today, but I haven't heard from you. I need to hear from you. I don't want you to lose this opportunity. Do you think James will engage with that?
Yeah, possibly.
Possibly. There's no guarantees. But what do you think? Who stands a better chance? Me with a system in place that knows that email, or email and text message, by the way, goes out to James on day 14, or you who might remember to call the seller. Who do you think is going to stand a better chance of getting that deal? Right? What happens if they say no? What happens if James rejects our offer?
Counter.
Do we, well, even after we counter, we go back and forth. It's just like, James, all right, cool. We're not going to come to a deal. I get it, man.
Follow up.
Do I go into the corner and curl up in a ball and suck my thumb?
No.
No, I trigger the rejection recovery system. The rejection recovery system is a 90-day follow-up system that's going to keep in touch with James, and it's going to keep touching him. It's going to keep, and by the way, we're going to track it. Did he open the emails? Did he click on the emails? If he clicked on the email, it'll actually say, hey, James, do you want to re-engage? I know you still got the problem, my man. And after 90 days, it's going to trigger a task for my VA to go look to see if James still owns the property. And if James still owns the property, then we're going to keep following up for another 90 days. But if he sold the property, did I miss out?
Yeah.
But can I learn? Can I go see what he sold it for? Can I see who he sold it to? I can start learning. I might have a new buyer because David actually bought James's property. And now I know that I know exactly what David's willing to pay for properties in James's neighborhood now. So if I've got another deal, I actually now know who to call. You guys with me on this? All right. So now all of those are designed to get me the property under contract. Once we go under contract, by the way, this is truly where most deals fall out, is because nobody's watching the details. What if we had an entire contract to close system? From there, what if we sell the property? We're looking to flip it, or we're looking to wholesale it. That's the rocket disposition system, so that we can sell it quickly. We've got an entire system that markets your property. Okay. Now what if you're filling the property? I don't care if you're slow flipping, you're lease optioning, you're landlord buying whole. We've got an entire system to help you fill your property fast. Then after that, now we're going to move over here to our buyer and renter success blueprint, right? We want to keep in touch. We want to actually nurture those folks. We want to actually see them succeed, especially our tenants. We want to teach them how to take care of our asset, right? And then last but certainly not least is our cash flow protection system that proactively reminds tenants and tenant buyers when their payments are due. And if they miss the payment, then guess what's going to trigger? The entire late payment notification. It'll escalate it all the way to the notice of quit, all the way to eviction and or foreclosure. How many of you guys think you'd do more deals if you have these systems in place? But really, it's not about doing more deals, is it? What if you did the same amount of deals in half the time? Some of you may need to do more deals. It's fine. I don't care either way. You got to create your vision though. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to go through 3 of these so you can actually see what it looks like. All right. So the first one is the perfect follow-up system. This is what most folks look like right now.
Yeah.
How many of you guys recognize your business?
Yeah. Yes.
Why aren't you guys taking a picture of this slide? Okay.
Good side.
Hey, is that water
Yeah.
or
Deals.
Money.
Deals.
time and money? That's your time and money right now. I almost guarantee you, this is the first system we typically fix. Because I can fix this in probably an hour. Okay, this is the first system we typically fix, is your follow-up systems, right? Afterwards, we want to have clear tracking. We want to see exactly every tracking source that comes in. It all route to our mobile, but bottom line is we have an exact follow-up process for every single lead. Okay? You're gonna have a phone system. You want to set up your two-way texting. You want to set up websites and web forms. You want to set up AI chat. Again, we do all of this in REI Blackbook. Is REI Blackbook the system? Is REI Blackbook the system? REI Blackbook is a tool. So could you use any tool to do this? You could. I just happen to know it's a little bit easier. You do it this way, but you guys can use any tool. I want to be clear on that. All right. So here's one of the websites, right? Here's a website you get. They come to the website. Bam. As soon as they fill out the website, they're dropped into your new leads pipeline. You can actually see your entire pipeline. How many contacts have I, who's in contact attempted? I'm still nurturing. I'm actually doing analysis over here on David's Red Door Stinky House, okay? I click on the deal, it opens up. I can see all of the comps. I can see the rehab estimation. I actually have my contact right here. If I want to click on the contact, I can actually call them directly from the system. I can text them from the system. Up pops up my seller sheet. These are all of my questions that I need to ask the seller. Do you guys see how having the right tools can actually automate and speed up the system? Just making sense?
Yes.
Okay. Now, this is really important to understand. If I get 100 leads, coming in, right? This is the question I get all the time. Whenever you really turn on our lead machines, you get our lead capture matrix, and then we get the follow-up system. And everybody's like, all right, show me to think about how we're following up and with who. If I got 100 leads, then I can tell you statistically, only 3 of them are red apples. Ready to eat. That typically means, hey, in the next 30, 60, 90 days, we can probably close and buy their house. Okay? Now, of 100 people, by the way, only 50 of them are going to sell their house in the next 2 years. Just so you guys know. All right? So we need to, what we're doing all day, every day is we're hunting for these red apples, right? That's what you guys are searching for. Okay, now 12 of them will be green apples. Just not ripe yet. Right? Now, 70 of them will be brown apples. These are they have questions. How does this work? What's my house worth? But there's no real motivation. Okay? It's rare. However, some of these apples will revive. Very few. And then worse, we got these rotten apples. Out of those 100 calls, 15 are going to be the crazy angry. These people are mad at the world and will waste your energy, and they're just going to take it out on you. You guys with me? Okay, so where do we spend our time? 90% of our time should be spent on the red apples. About 10% of our time on the green apples. We still want to call every now and then personally. The system's going to do automation, right? But the time allocation is 10%, and we're going to automate this. Time allocation on the brown apples, 0%, but we're still going to automate the follow-up for those possibles that come to the green apple. And then on the 100 apples that come in that are 15 that are crazy, what are we going to do with those?
You're not sure.
0, ignore, block, do not call. Okay? Stop wasting time on the wrong apples. So that is the perfect follow-up system. Okay? The follow-up reality, 81% of deals happen after the 5th touch. 81%. If you guys are not following up 5 times or more, you're losing out. Now here's the crazy part. 92% of your competition is quitting after just 4 contacts or 4 touches. Is that a massive opportunity? Massive opportunity, okay? The perfect follow-up system. I'm not going to spend too much time. However, we've got what we call it. The perfect follow-up system is a 15x3 framework. What happens in the first 15 minutes? What happens in the first 15 days? What happens in the first 15 months, okay? Speed to lead is everything. Every minute you wait, your chances of making contact drop dramatically. The system should send a text message. This is a tool to add speed and automation, okay? This is definitely where you want to use tools. Look at this right here. What I want you guys to understand is how to read this, okay? This down here at the bottom says this is 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour, 5 hours, 1 day. If I reach out and make contact, they call me, they fill out a web form, they do anything, okay? I have a 391% improvement on conversion rate if I reach out to them in the first minute. Okay, first minute. Look at this, it drops by almost half if I wait, over half, if I wait 2 minutes. If I wait 3 minutes, it goes to 98%, 30 minutes, 62%, all the way to if I wait a day or longer, I have a 17% chance of reconnecting with that lead. Okay? Can you guys possibly call back every single opportunity within 1 minute? You got to have a system. You got to have a system, and then you have to have a tool to add speed and automation. Okay, now again, we've already got all of that created, written out for you. This is my buddy Andy Warner. 70% of his deals comes from the perfect follow-up system. You're going to start closing deals from leads you completely forgot about. Marcy says, this lead was an automated follow-up for almost 2 years. I failed this lead a few times, but REI Blackbook Automation kept up with the lead. She ultimately made an assignment fee of $35,000. Lewis had not responded. She lives down in South Texas, okay? Lewis had not engaged in any communication for almost 2 years. And for whatever reason, the system sent out a message, said, hey, Lewis, I was passing through the neighborhood and thought about you. Hope you are well, okay? And then Lewis, within a few minutes, responded back after no communication for 2 years. Doing well, thanks for asking. Did the system say, hey, look, man, I'm still willing to buy your house? No. It didn't. You got to understand there's an art to the way that we write these text messages and follow up, right? There really is. You guys now know the secret, by the way. How do you think I write all of these follow-up campaigns now?
AI.
So you guys can write them too, all right? Marcy made $35,000 a lead that she completely forgot about. How much is a deal worth to you? Genuine question. I want to know. Who's got the answer? How much is the deal worth to you? Are you making 10,000, 20,000, 30,000? What are you guys making? How many deals have you lost in the last 12 months? Multiply that. That's how much money you were losing every single day by not having one simple system in place. Josh, right? He said, hey, had a deal, was back on the table. It was in follow-up for over 3 years, okay? Andy Wright had a deal in several years, or I'm sorry, this one was 15 months. He wholetailed it, and he made $63,000, okay? Scott Doringer, he ended up making $30,000 on this deal, but he said, say, before REI Blackbook, this lead would have been in notebook number 12, 10 pages down, lost forever. How many have that notebook sitting right next to you right now? Or maybe it's in the car with all of your leads you're supposed to follow up on. Is that a system?
No.
It is.
It is,
System for failure?
right? Remember what we talked about. Some systems are working for good. Some systems you've designed. Some systems are just by accident. We didn't really take time. And so his notebook is a system,
Mm-hmm.
just not a very good one.
Mm.
Okay? He made $30,000 on one deal just because he upgraded that one system. Okay? This is what I call compounding systems. You guys like compounding interest, right? Compounding systems, right? We can make a dramatic improvement in your business with just one of these systems, right? The private money machine. Now I'm going to go a little bit faster on this one because you guys get the concept of systems, right? You guys understand what I'm talking about? Literally, I've got this mapped out for everyone. So what's the strategy here? I want an army of private lenders begging to fund my deals, right? The tactics I'm going to use, I'm going to generate interest, capture the leads, I'm going to educate them. I'm going to actually have an appointment. I'm going to qualify them whether they're approved to be my lender or not. I'm going to create the repeatable action plan, and then I'm going to use tools like the CRM, my investor website, my marketing automation, and AI chatbots. And yes, REI Blackbook includes all of those. Okay. All right. What does it look like? There's my process map. Don't worry, engineers, you guys can have a copy. But here's what it looks like. Okay. This is a brochure. This is a brochure that you hand out, and it says how to rescue your dead money. Do you guys think there's dead money out there?
Yeah.
What is dead money? You guys know.
1%.
Right? There's money that's sitting in
Higher.
bank account, savings account, whatever, it's just dead money. It's not earning, it's not growing, it's not outpacing inflation. And so we're gonna come in and say, hey, look, we want to earn a fixed 12% yearly return, right? We're gonna educate them on the hidden tax of safe investing. Most people think their money is safe because it's in a bank or traditional IRA, but the math says your money is actually dying. Why the wealth protection protocol is going to help you, okay? It's a stable, predictable cash flow machine, no gambling, no market stress. Is this what you guys do for investors, for private investors? You guys get this. This isn't rocket science, right? All I'm showing you is that sometimes systems happen in person. They're not always automated in the cloud and online. Sometimes they're physically happening. I can have this exact same conversation. Bam, right? Tells me all about the rest of it. Is my money safe? They scan this and then bam, it takes them right to private money website. If you don't have a private money site and you're trying to raise private capital, you need to get one. You can have this up in about 30 minutes. Literally press a button, your private money site will look just like this, and you can change it if you want. You can choose different colors, but we've already written the content for you. But here's the cool part about this. They got that brochure, awesome. They scanned it, they go to the website, and guess what happens? Bam, our chatbot engages them and actually will answer their questions and qualify them, and it will actually book an appointment on your calendar. The AI bot will actually look at your availability, will actually schedule time with you to meet with that prospect after they've answered the qualifying questions, okay? It's then gonna update the CRM. All right, now the CRM is gonna track all the important details, like what type of, how much money do they have to lend, all of the things that you would wanna know on your private lenders. You can then filter that later on. Every AI bot captures the conversation. There's 12-month follow-up scheduled, right? Drip campaigns. You can click to call, AI conversational intelligence. This is crazy. Our bots listen to every call inside of REI Black Book so that you can, it'll actually take notes for you. Okay, it'll take notes for you. And you don't have, if you're on the road, driving down the road, okay, very easy. When I meet with them, I want to qualify them as a lender. And then I can actually come into the system. I can segment all of my qualified investors, all of my lenders. And now what I do is I send out a funding opportunity alert. Because when my lenders compete, I win. You guys got me? How many of you guys think you'd raise more money if you had this system? Would it be easier to fund your deals?
Yes.
Okay. Now, notice what makes all of this work. There's a clear objective. I designed the path. It's repeatable. It's repeatable execution. This isn't about luck. And here's the really awesome thing. Can you guys copy my vision?
Sure.
Yeah.
No, not your.
Would you be happy?
Not
Can you
your-
really copy my vision? No. Can you copy my systems?
Mhm.
You can copy my systems. Okay, so you guys can like literally copy and paste these systems, right? All right, the last one I'll go through, the quick fill system. Okay, we're gonna go through this really quick. All right, the strategy tactics process. Basically, this is I want a pool of hot and ready tenants and or tenant buyers. Okay, so bam, we're gonna blast it out. We're gonna market the property to all of the syndication websites. We might run Facebook ads. This is actually one of my one of my favorites. I like to run Facebook ads because I can control the messaging. What do I mean by that? Especially if I'm looking for tenants, buyers, or just buyers in general. I'm gonna run an ad. This is actually for when we sell properties on terms, this ad. It says, all right, bottom line is, hey, look, we've been helping families buy properties without banks for a long time. If you want to contact us, send a message. So they send a message. This is the home hub. This is directly on Facebook. However, our REI Black Book bot can actually be embedded on that Facebook page. So the bot comes up and says, hey, how you doing? How can I help and assist you today? The bot then comes in and actually carries on the conversation, right? Tells them all about our program of owner financing. Okay, sounds good. Do I need credit history? Nope, you don't need credit history. How do we get started? Okay, we can housing preferences and budget. Then we can set up a meeting to explore specific properties and financing options. Sure, would love to. It just keeps going and says, bam, would you like to schedule a time with a consultant? And it actually books the appointment. Okay, and then what we do is we drive them directly to another website.
Send a reminder.
Right? You guys notice that we have lots of different websites? Do you guys see why I have different websites? I drive buyers over here. I drive sellers over here. I drive prospective private lenders over here. I'm going to drive tenant buyers to a different site. This is tenant buyers. Fast track your way to home ownership. 4 easy steps. Come in and look at all of our homes available. Okay, bam, they can come in, they can see the house. They want more information on the house, they can contact us now. This is an amazing testimonial video that basically Cynthia says, hey, I launched my bot. I was sitting at dinner with my family and I got a ding that said, I got a new lead. And then I finally got another ding that said the appointment was scheduled. And then the prospect went out and looked at the house, and the bot actually helped her sell the house within 24 hours. How many of you guys would like a bot helping you sell a house right now? Okay. Now I've got bots that help buy houses too. Okay. All right. This is what owning a business looks like. This is what owning a business looks like. Okay. What we're really trying to do is get you over from over here to you have a job. And even if you're lucky enough right now to own a job, is that really lucky?
No.
No. Right? Some of you own a job. How many of us have made it to the right side of the quadrant? And if you haven't made it, you have to own a system and people have to start working for you, okay? You own a system and people work for you. That's really what we're talking about, okay? Again, another amazing testimony. This is my buddy Andy Wright. He started working with me in 2019. By 2022, basically this video says, man, I've never had more work-life balance and I actually enjoy what I do because he has systems in place, okay? It's actually really cool. He actually started working with his 8-year-old daughter. He's a super competitive dude. And I started working with his daughter on the spelling bee. And she's won like basically the state spelling bee in Arizona like the last several years in a row. She's like 8, but she's beating like 10, 11, 12-year-olds in Arizona because Andy has a ton of free time and drills her on spelling all day, every day, right? I don't know if I would choose to spend my time like that. It's his time. He can do with what he wants, okay? So at this point, guys, you really have 2 paths forward. You can design it yourself, okay? You can take what you've learned today. You can build the systems over time. You can learn by trial and error. You can pay with time, effort, and mistakes. Or you can install the operating system. You can implement proven systems. You can compress the timeline. You can avoid rebuilding the wheel. And you can pay once to stop guessing, right? You can buy my systems today and you can copy them into your business. Now, will you still need the tools to automate them and to run them on a regular basis? Does that make sense? You guys can choose any tools. I hope you choose mine at the end of the day, but you can pay once and stop guessing. So what we've actually built for you guys is a complete operating system for any real estate business, okay? This is designed around the vision, systems, and people framework. It's built to run without you so that you're not the bottleneck anymore, and it's installed way faster than building it alone, okay? This is what we call the business in a box. It is a full operating system for real estate business owners. Here's what's included. It is the complete vision, systems, people framework. It's the 13 core systems for lead generation, lead flow. Would you guys mind, Marie, would you mind handing these out? So here's what I brought for you guys. Are you guys cool if you guys get a copy of the map? Okay, would you mind just handing these out? Sure. Yeah, I'll take those. So here's what she's going to be passing out right now. Okay, just so you guys understand. All right, it is a full spread of the systems map. Okay, so you guys can take this. Now there's going to be a little insert that does talk about our software and all of the 4 tools. The 4 tools will help you automate and run these systems. Okay, so that's what they're handing out right now. All right. Okay. So those are the 13 core systems, all the way from lead generation to lead flow, to follow-up, to deal tracking, to raising private capital, transaction coordination, helping you disposition the deal, everything, okay? It's the execution environment that can run without you. And we're going to also give you guided implementation and coaching so that this doesn't become shelf help. How many of you guys have some shelf help stuff at home? Okay, what's shelf help? Shelf help means I bought a course,
Stuff.
I put it on the shelf,
Yep.
and I ain't doing nothing with it.
Bingo.
Okay, what I want you to understand, guys, this isn't a course. This isn't, you're not just buying software, you're buying really the business in a box, you're buying the business systems. Now, I also recognize, do I expect you guys to take that map and just press go and you guys got it all figured out? Nope. So what I'm going to do over the next 6 months, for those of you guys that decide to join me today, over the next 6 months, you guys are gonna meet with me personally, and we're going to sequence this, and we're going to implement this in your business. You're also gonna get a success coach assigned to you. They're gonna jump on a call, and they're gonna figure out exactly where can we help you out immediately in your business, okay? So again, it's gonna be installed in the right order. It's not all at once. Now, here's the really cool thing. Systems go live while you're building it, not after. We don't have to wait like 6 months to get your lead follow-up fixed. If you guys are like, hey man, I really need that perfect offer process in place. Cool, we can put that system in place, all right? So the systems go live while you're building them, not after. And this is designed to work in the real world, guys. I've been doing this, literally can't even tell you how many investors I've worked with on this stuff, right? Over a decade. How it actually runs. You're buying a business system designed, again, for business owners. Systems are executed through software to add speed and automation. You guys clear on that? All right, now here's what I'm gonna do for you guys. I'm gonna give you full access to every single tool that I've built so that everything actually runs, and I'm gonna give you all of the software for 6 months. I'm gonna give you the software for 6 months so you can install it, get these business systems up and running and operating, prove it works before you choose what tools you want to keep. I'm just gonna give you all the tools to do this. Your websites, your phone system, the CRM, the AI bots, rehab estimation tools, okay? All of that stuff is going to be included, and you'll have 6 months to start making money before you pick and choose. And I'll tell you afterwards, there's plans as little as $99 a month, as much as probably our top plan is like $497 a month. Okay? All right. What it replaces? This is really important. First of all, a lot of the tools that you're already using, we can replace those. We can probably save you money right now. You might be spending $300, $400, $500, $600, $700 a month on these tools. We can replace that right away, right? So you don't have to start stitching together all these disconnected tools that never talk, right? You're going to rebuild the same systems every year, right? With things breaking, you're not going to have to do that anymore. Living in your inbox, calendar, and head, right? Paying the busy tax on manual follow-up, missed deals, missed opportunity. It's going to replace all of that. Who is this for? This is for investors who want to own a business, not create another job. If you're cool, staying on the left-hand side of that quadrant, this ain't for you, right? It's not for you. If you're tired of rebuilding the same systems every year, if you value time, consistency, and leverage over hustle, then that's who this is for. It's for those that are ready to structure their business instead of guessing what to do next. Who is it not for? Anybody looking for just a push button, simple, that's it, it's a shortcut, I'm done today. This isn't a hack. This is going to take time, right? And we're going to do this together. I will tell you it's pretty easy. We've done this thousands of times. So we know what we're doing, but it's not just a simple, hey, push a button and you walk away. This is your business. You have to design it. You can adjust it and modify the systems to fit your business, okay? Investors are unwilling to change how their business is designed. If you're unwilling to change how your business is designed, which I'm willing to bet most of you actually haven't taken the time to sit down and actually design your business. I'm willing to guess that most of you are willing to change the design because you haven't ever actually intentionally designed it, right? Okay. If you're comfortable in the chaos, look, I know plenty of people that are comfortable in chaos. In fact, they create chaos because you know what? Like what they really like is they like being the firefighter, right? Right? You guys know what I'm talking about. People that just like love being the firefighter, right? And then they got to realize like, oh shoot, I'm also the arsonist. Some people like that. And we don't want those people, okay? All right. Your investment. Guys, this is the complete business operating system, all right? Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna look on the back of this sheet. I sell this for $4,994 all over the top. Let me ask you this. If you paid me $4,994 today, and it gave you one deal, extra deal in the next 12 months that you would have completely forgot about, would that be worth it?
Yes,
And would the system keep producing?
yes.
Is it gonna keep producing? Do you think it's gonna help you find more than one deal in the next 12 months? Yeah. So it would be every single one of you, as investors, we make investments and we get a return. Is $4,994 a good investment?
Yes.
It's a great investment. Okay, but here's what I'm gonna do for you guys, straight up. There's actually an order form for anybody that wants to take us up today. And what I'm gonna do is you can actually mark the order form and you can mark it. I'm gonna give you two options. I'm gonna give you two options. And you just tell me which option you want to select. Option one, you cut today's price in half and you get the software for 6 months. So today's investment would be $2,497. You're gonna get all the systems. You're gonna work with me personally on all of the coaching and implementation, right, over the next 6 months. Okay. If you're like, no, you know, David, I'll do the full investment, the $4,994. Then I will give you the software for 12 months. Okay, does that make sense? So you get 6 months of software for free for $24.97. I'll give you 12 months of the software at $4,994. Okay, there are payment plans available. There are payment plans available. So you guys are going to get everything today for $24.97. All right. So the decision. I get it. I've been in your shoes. Promise you. I've sat right there. I've made investments in my business. I've wrote those checks. Right. So you really have a decision right now. You can keep designing this on your own, or you can install a business that already works. Okay. And I could share several testimonials of all of the folks that absolutely love this stuff. Right. Now, guys, it is 10:24. I went about 24 minutes over, but I hope you guys got amazing value today. Now, here's what I'm going to ask. For those of you guys that have questions, all right, I'm going to be in the back of the room. I've got order forms for those of you guys that want to take advantage of this today. However, the 50% discount goes away when I leave, right? So it goes away when I leave, and so I'm going to be here to hang out. But other than that, Tim, I'm going to turn the floor back over to you. Guys, genuinely, thank you so much. I'm seeing you back in the room, and we're going to get signed up.
Thank you. Great.
All right.
Is that good?
Yeah,
That was amazing.
awesome.
It was great.
Man, I wish I was as energetic as he is.
You are.
Wow. Okay, give me a second here. I gotta bring my slides back over. If you have questions for Damon, you're welcome to go back in the back with him. I'm going to.
I'll hang out, guys. Trust me. I'm not flying out till tomorrow, so I got no place to be. So, where you from? I live in Chesterfield. You really just stop sharing.
Sure.
I thought I could stop this sharing, but
I don't think we can. I can't close the meeting.
You guys have any questions while Tim's getting that up? What question do you have?
You know, deal with regulatory science for private fund and the private market, so. Because there's a whole bunch of different options you have as far as the capital. But to do the wrong thing with the wrong loan, hold on.
Yeah, so it's really different, and you can go look this up, okay? It's very different if you're raising capital for funds as opposed to doing private notes for one-to-one deals, okay? One-to-one deals I can advertise, but I'm not raising, I cannot fool people on a deal, right? I can't do that. So as long as I'm raising one-to-one,
A syndication.
we're not syndicated.
Okay,
If you're syndication, we're not talking about syndication.
right, okay.
Most of you guys don't need to do syndication. You guys recognize that?
Yeah.
Most of you do not need to do syndication. And if you're doing syndication, that's where the SEC steps in. Because now all of a sudden you're dealing in securities. All right? Ask me how I know. But we've raised several million. I personally just raised a couple $1 million, all right, through basically syndication and doing those types of things. However, what I'm talking about is one-to-one lending. One person, it is one house, and it's a private note. It is not, all right, it is not syndication. And so therefore, you guys can go talk to an attorney. Am I an attorney?
No.
And I didn't even stay at a Holiday Inn last night. Okay? I'm not an attorney, I've been doing it a long time, and so that's how we handle that, okay? So you're gonna be just fine to be able to advertise. What I typically do is I will run like a social media post. In fact, I had an example in there, I just wasn't able to share it today. But I run a social media post, I call it my brag post, and I'm basically bragging on a deal that I just did, right? So I might have flipped the property or something, my private lender made a lot of money, and I was like, man, I don't know why I keep doing this. I look at this and I did really well. I made some money on flipping this deal. Look at it. Well, here's all the before and after pictures, because that's what everybody wants to see. Okay. I was like, here's all the before and after pictures. Really cool. But guess what? My private lender made 12% and they didn't even lift a finger. They sit at home on the couch all the time. And inevitably, what do you think happens? No, the private lender doesn't get calls because I ain't telling them who my private lender is in the post. I'm not telling them who my private lender is. That'd be nuts, right? What am I doing? What am I doing? If you guys saw that post, what am I doing? Am I creating curiosity?
Yeah.
Literally, people that are reading my post, okay? Literally, people that are reading my post are like, what if I could be a private lender? And then inevitably they reach out, and then I'll just post a link to my website and say, hey, for more information, go visit my website. It answers all your questions. And then the bot engages them and then actually hooks them up, schedules an appointment. I don't even have to talk to them. Schedules an appointment on my calendar. Does that make sense? Again, it's just one system and one small part of one of the private money machines. Okay? So guys, I really hope you guys got a lot out of what we did today. So Ken, you want to wrap it
Can
up?
I do.
Can I
Got
ask
some more?
one more question? How long does it take to install this system into somebody's business?
7 minutes.
7 minutes.
I can get everything set up in 7 minutes, technically speaking. Here's what I can't do. I can't get you to understand all of the systems in 7 minutes. So it's really actually me teaching you and coaching you and showing you how to implement and how it actually works in your business. But technically speaking, the workflows and the automations and all of that stuff, press the button, it takes us about 7 minutes.
Do we have access to you or to your team only?
Both. In fact, you're gonna have access to me. I'm gonna do those coaching calls and implementation calls. You're gonna have direct access to me, as well as my staff. We do daily office hour calls every single day. So if you have a technical issue with the software, then they're available to you 100%. They bend over backwards. Do you guys remember my vision and my passion?
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's the really cool thing. I've hired people that work for me now that bought into the vision. And when they buy into the vision, guess what? They want to empower you. They want to help you. I think you're going to find that our support team is second to none in this business. And in fact, I know you will. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Question, Jonathan?
Yeah, how do you correct your chat bot when it's behaving?
I spank it.
It's spank like sometimes they'll.
Yeah.
Can you
So
ask a question?
Like a spank.
yeah. So you have a whole back end where you can actually see the conversations. And if you see a conversation with a little haywire, you just hit a little train button and you tell it exactly what it did wrong, and then it will learn from that. But you have an opportunity to upload your knowledge base, your content, and it will learn from those things as well. So yes, that's how it's a little. We have a button. You just press train and you tell it what it did wrong, and then it will learn and correct. Sir.
Yeah, on your initial conversation about AI, I'm having a hard time pulling my Kindle books into my source library. Do you have any recommendations about that?
Find a better source, because there's better sources for the books in PDF version. There's tons of places online. I do it all the time. I don't use Kindle directly. So go find the source of the books. Just go, in fact, go ask AI.
I did that. I tried to do that with Kindle and it got messy some.
Yeah. You want to remove Kindle from the equation. Honestly, almost all the books out there, dude, there's like backdoor repositories of PDF books, of PDF versions of almost all of these books. That's really what you want to do. And I'm telling you guys, in that Google training, there's more to this stuff. Like I do this training where it actually takes a book. Could you guys imagine taking a book and then just uploading it to AI and then AI just creates a movie about it? Like you guys want that access?
Yeah.
Okay, that's how I learn. I don't read, honestly. Like you guys probably think I read a lot, right?
You don't have time.
No, I can't do it. I read. Here's what happens. I read within 2 minutes, I'm sleeping. I mean, It's cool because I can fall asleep really quick, but anything I read, it's very difficult. So I create movies for books. Yes.
Okay, so it capsulizes it, because I have AI that'll summarize like a meeting or whatever. But what it does is put it in movie form in a short capsule, not a 6 month,
Even a podcast.
I can't
episode.
share it, but yes,
You can do even a podcast.
it can create podcasts, you can do, yes. Yes,
Excellent.
it's nuts. And it's only, like, hey, look, there's a website out right now. You guys, I'm scratching the surface on AI, okay? There's a website out right now that the AI bots are hiring people. What?
Yeah.
The AI bots,
Hold on.
can AI bots go mow a yard right now?
No.
They can't.
They have.
But the AI bots can actually hire people, and they're literally, the AI agents are actually hiring people right now.
That's hilarious.
That's wild.
I use AI to hire.
Very cool. Guys, here's the deal. Do we have a place where we're going to network
Oh.
and hang out?
No, that wasn't intended for today,
Oh,
okay? You and I still have a date,
Yep.
but that wasn't for today as far as lunch goes. We have one more question, and this is the last one right here.
guys, I can hang out all day and answer questions. Trust me. This is what I love, and I promise you, you're gonna get direct access to me whenever you guys join the tribe. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so oftentimes in my experience, real estate has been like a contact spot where you have to build relationship with the seller, the title company. With this system, how many people do you need as a minimum to build that relationship, or can this be a one-man system?
I have plenty of one-man people, and that's a little bit of a loaded question. All right, and that's gonna depend upon your vision. All right, so once we go to the vision, that's gonna start becoming very clear to you. And then how many people do you want to actually start adding to your team? In the early days, yes, I encourage you to be a solopreneur, and you'll be able to take on a lot more with systems in place. And then we'll start hiring people to take over certain parts of the system, right? Typically what we'll do is we'll look at where you're really bad, right? If you're not good at something, like for instance, if I got on and I'm like, man, hey man, and how do you pronounce your name?
Dozy.
Dozy.
Mhm.
So I'm like, Dozy, man, I listen to your calls. I've got an AI that will coach you on your calls. You guys want that AI?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, join me. I got all kinds of cool stuff. So Donzie, Dozy, right, sorry. So Dozy, I would give you this AI agent. You literally listen to your calls and it's gonna coach you and it's gonna score you how well you did. And if you're not doing so great, we're gonna say, hey, look, you need to replace yourself. You need an acquisition manager before you need a lead manager. Maybe you're really good at generating leads or marketing. Awesome, cool. Now let's go hire an acquisition manager because that's the bottleneck in your business, and let's let them run that piece. Okay? So it's gonna be very personalized. This isn't gonna just be a broad stroke. This is exactly what works for James is gonna be work different for you. And I can tell he's super technical. I don't know what you do professionally, but I assume it's technology and AI and some stuff here. So James is super technical. But most of the time, and you're pretty good talking to folks, I can tell, most of the time my super engineer techie folks, man, what do they avoid like plague? Talking to people, right? So they do anything they possibly can to avoid talking to people. But they're really good at generating leads and all the things. So then we put somebody in place to help them talk to people. Yep. All right. Guys, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I'm gonna hang out again.
Can we have one more question?
Yeah.
Not that you can see me behind the pillar. Can you take someone who's never done anything in real estate investment with your program and teach them how to do the business?
Like that's our bread and butter. I've got here's what you guys are gonna learn and understand. Once you're in my ecosystem, I've got an entire academy that has wholesaling courses, it has self-storage, it has buy and hold training. I take my existing members and I let them come in and teach. If somebody's really crushing wholesaling or they're crushing buy and hold, then they'll come in and actually teach you guys and show you exactly what they're doing in their business. In fact, here's what I'll do for you guys. This wasn't even planned, but I have a boot camp every year. I do an annual boot camp and it's 3 days. It is in St. Louis. St. Louis is amazing, by the way. I told you guys wanted to move, but seriously.
Not in winter
Next year,
time.
maybe we do it in Dallas. Here's what it is. March 27th, 28th, and 29th. For those of you guys that join me today, I'll include the boot camp the boot camp workshop as well. All right, so it's March 27th, 28th, 29th. And I'll give you not one ticket, but I'll give you 2 tickets so that you and your partner or spouse can actually come to that. So that's actually an added bonus. I wasn't really planning on it. So just kind of thinking through that would help you guys accelerate.
Wow.
Okay.
Is that great?
Yeah, I'm here to help. I promise. I feel to generally want to help and I want to empower you guys. Just come back, see me. Let's get, I don't care about the money situation. If you feel like, how many of you guys would do this if it was free? Right now. Sincerely, stand up if you do it for free. Stand up if you would do it for free.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, I'll do.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this. Why are you not ready to invest in yourself? I'm not going to do it for free. Not going to.
Yeah.
But if you know you need it, the question is, what's holding you back from investing in yourself right now? Every single one of you should be signing up right now and investing back into yourself. Okay? Been doing this for a long time. I'm confident that I can help you, right? I'm confident that I can help you. And I would love to continue working with you guys. All right. So see me in the back. We got order forms, so we'll get it rocking and rolling. If you stood up, it's time to invest in yourself.
If you have questions, you can go in the back. I just have a couple admin notes to finish up with here, so, and I'll make it quick. Okay, next month, we're doing another, class with, Richard Group. So be sure you go register for that. So I normally give a short little pitch to first-time guests, non-members. I'm just gonna, if you like what you see here today, I'm just gonna show you that you can join this group for next to nothing, $25 a month, which is nothing. It gives you all the access to the membership that we have, all the past training and stuff, all access to things like events with Damon. You know, the video is going to be recorded and saved in the members area, so you can have access to all that stuff and a whole lot more. But if you join today as an annual member at $225, I'm going to give you 3 extra months free. Okay? So you're getting 15 months for the price of 12. Again, all the same benefits either way you go. Some people don't want to go the $225, they'd rather pay by month, but this is definitely the cheaper route. I think it's $16 a month paying annually. So, or the other option is 4 1-hour mentor calls with me. If you'd rather have that time with me, how much are those mentor calls worth? 4 1-hour calls. How many deals can we do in 4 calls? If you generate leads in their deals, you could be doing a deal off every one of those 1-hour calls, right? Probably could do more if you're really good at what you're doing. Okay? Implement Damon's system to help generate leads. You know, we can do that. So anyhow, QR code there, or you can just go to the front page on the join button, hit the join button. If you decide for the 15 months, when you register, it's only 12 months. All you're going to do is reach out to the office, let us know that you did in fact register. And if you want the 15 months, then we'll extend your membership for 3 more months. Any questions about that? See me or Maria or Michelle down at the front desk. Now, this is only the second time. How many have seen this already? 6-month guarantee. You know any REI group that offers 6-month guarantee?
No.
Anywhere? In DFW? In the world? So if you're serious, I'm serious. Well, guess what? In order to get 6-month guarantee, money back guarantee from me, you got to do a couple things. Okay? I'm not going to allow you to just sign up and then want your money back in 6 months. So here it is. Fill out and submit the new VIP member survey that you're going to get in your email as soon as you sign up. It's only 5-6 questions, something like that. They're pretty simple. I want to know why you're joining. Can't be because I'm good looking, because I'm not. And I hope you don't think so. But I want to know what's your motivation for becoming an investor and joining the West DFW REI group. Don't ignore that email. There's some important questions in there, and it's going to make you stop and think. You're going to get in one of those emails, you're going to receive 5 or 6 emails after you join as a member. I think it's either the first or the second. You're going to receive a jumpstart video that's going to tell you, it's me, telling you how to get started and some tips and tricks. You got to go do that video. Okay? Don't just ignore it. Attend and participate in 4 to 6 of these types of meetings, these first Saturday of every month meetings between now and within 6 months. I realize you can't attend every one, but 4 to 6 of them. Attend and participate in the quarterly mastermind call. Well, in 6 months, there's only a chance to do 2 of those, right? So you can do 1 or 2. But as a member, we have a quarterly mastermind call, lunchtime, about an hour, and you should attend. You should be attending whether you want this guarantee or not. Attend and participate in Zoom calls as often as possible. We do a lot of Zoom call training during the month in the weekday times, all at lunchtime, usually at lunchtime. So attend those as often as possible. Keep an open line of communications with our office so we can help you. We text, email, and phone call.
Yes.
Many times without response. I can't help you if we're not talking, right? Even if it's to tell me, go jump in the lake, I don't have time. But talk to me. I can't help if we're not talking. And then call, email, and text our office when you have questions and need help. Don't sign up, spend the money, and then quit. If you can't talk to me, I mean, I don't even want you to sign up.
Yeah. But probably burn out.
And I mean that. I hate seeing people sign up and do nothing, and we never hear from them about why they quit.
And so, yeah.
I'll take your money. That's not what I want. I want to help you become a real estate investor and reach your goals and dreams. I want you to be successful. Okay? Don't quit. Okay. Wrapping it up. What'd you learn today? Anybody? A lot. What's included in a lot? Got a little about AI systems for sure. What else? Say again. Prompts. I thought you said problems. Yes, absolutely. Anybody else? Systems. Anybody else?
Vision.
Vision.
Big.
Absolutely. Okay. Like what you see? I'm always asking for this. Every one of you probably go look at reviews before you buy something, before you join something. I would like for you to do a review for us. It's very simple. Click the QR code, click the link, or just Google West DFW REI Group, and it takes you probably 3 minutes to go write a short review, unless you're long-winded and want to write a big one. Okay? You can do that. Jonathan wrote a very long one. Okay? So that'll take more than 3 minutes. Of course, you could have AI generate it for you, but I would suggest that you proofread what AI writes for you. Okay? I would like you to proofread it to make sure it says what you meant. Okay. So I offer a lot of things. Again, if you don't talk to me, I can't help, but monthly mentoring, hourly consulting, business setup and consultation, tools consultation, hourly analysis and analysis consulting, land trust trustee services. Bottom line is I'll talk about anything with you and try and help as much as I can. You all know I need an office assistant. I'm collecting resumes. I don't know when I'm going to make a decision. Maria's leaving. And I need somebody. The best thing to do is just call, reach out to me to talk about that position. Okay? That kind of says it, summarizes it. It's a lot of work. And it's not a sit back, kick back type of job. So must be pretty tech savvy. You don't have to be as tech savvy as Damon, of course, but you got to have some good understanding of technology. Volunteers, we appreciate the volunteers. We need you every month. We would like to kind of standardize those folks if you can be volunteers every month. It would really help us. There's a lot of things that we just can't do. We've been putting on these meetings for 16 years. So it kind of is wearing on us a bit. I'm not as young as I used to be. I used to have some hair and it was a different color than this. So, but your help is appreciated, even the littlest things, you know, taking pictures, moving chairs, things like that. So come and see me if you have an interest in doing that. Of course, volunteers also have a lot of access to me to, you know, ask some questions and things like that. So, okay, go buy a house. Okay. Now, Damon did a great job today. I think everybody agrees with that. You need to go back, take advantage of them, talk to them, ask them your questions. Seriously consider taking him up on one of his 2 very generous offers. And hopefully that's going to help you get started in your business. He's a good man. He's been around a long time. So he knows what he's talking about. Okay. Thanks a lot. Have a great week.